Welcome back, my friendly friends, to more Trails Through Daybreak 2 Pharaoh Fiasco here. Last episode, we met Nadia's older brother, I'm pretty sure, but let's see what's going on, what kind of chaos there is in Heiyue. See what's popping over here. So, March 5th, dialed back the clock just a little bit. March 5th, 12:09, 2:20 p.m., Langport, the dazzling city. Eastern Quarter, 1st Ward. Ooh, that's a fancy looking car. Wonder if that's an Ingard. Oh! Dang.
I love you, Aaron!
So they're sharing the stage.
That girl's moves were insane!
Alright. Oh, check it out. Ashen Lu.
What a show. Their styles of dancing couldn't be more different, yet they blended together so perfectly.
Can't deny it. Those two are always butting heads, but they make for a hell of a team.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I'll call in some backup and prepare your compensation. In return, we'll expect you to dazzle us with a job well done.
And I'll deliver. And once that's all said and done, we can finally get down to brass tacks.
So we're here on business rather than pleasure. After concluding their business in Messeldom, Van received a call from Swin, Nadia, and Elaine. They informed him of their encounter with the Red Fairy and the mass-produced Demigrendels. Yeah, the game doesn't expect you to play the B parts before the A parts. And about a clue pertinent to Arkride Solutions' investigation. Meanwhile, Van's group went to the empty home of Robin Glasgow and gave his office a once-over. The mysterious Ix had not paid it a visit. It was there that they found a lead pointing them to the location of the next piece of the 8th Genesis. Langport, naturally. Langport, the dazzling city. Van also received a call from Fairy. She was returning from her stay in the Kruger village and was ready to get back into action. Kaktra and Judas stayed behind to deal with the aftermath in Messeldom. Okay, I was wondering how they were going to get out of the picture. And Van left to rendezvous with Fairy and Aaron in Langport. All the way down. He traveled by car for half a day to reach his destination. A 12-hour drive. What awaited Van, who had arrived a day later than Fairy, was a situation more disquieting than he ever could have imagined. Yesterday, 9:02 p.m. Meeting up with Gambler Jack and Hal. Fairy Al-Fayed, not Farida. That's her real full name.
Van, Aaron, it's so good to see you guys again.
Didn't Fairy beat us here by a day? What, was she just hanging out in her room?
It feels like it's been forever since we last met up.
I guess Aaron was too busy to meet her before now. Aaron Way.
2 months isn't that long. It feels like it was just yesterday that we were kicking back and shooting the shit. But, time's done a number on you, old fart. You look like you just walked out of a museum display.
Oh, shut the hell up. Say crap like that again and I'm leaving your ass here when we're done.
Like Aaron is gonna be 20 this year and Van's gonna be 25.
No, anything but that. He's been causing nothing but trouble since he came back. If only he were more like Fairy. She's so well behaved.
Oh yeah, you were playing the role of priestess in the New Year's festival. Heard you pulled it off without a hitch.
Yeah, I was like, she's not gonna fight in that getup, is she?
Uh-huh. My role was to sing the Song of Flames and perform a dance that's been passed down in our village for generations. They haven't had a substitute in a long while, so it took me longer than I thought it would. I really wish I could have helped you guys out in the capital and Messeldom.
Don't worry, Fairy, there's gonna be plenty of time to make up for it.
Nah, don't worry about it. We all managed just fine.
Can't believe they chose you for such an important role after your pops disowned you.
That, it was kind of, but you know what? Bygones and all that.
Yeah, I can't say I wasn't a little caught off guard. I'm still not sure why they didn't go with Qasim, to be honest.
So Qasim could have done the priestess dance of our Song of Flames thing?
Guess they could have chosen a male priest. They've done that in the past, yeah?
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, priestess or no, you'll always be a shrimpy-ass small fry to me, small fry.
And you'll always be a big, immature man-baby to me.
All right.
I dare you to say that again!
I'll say it as many times as you like, man-baby.
Pipe down, children. You're gonna give the old boozer a migraine if you keep that up.
Jack Trevor. He's going through it. Hal Coleman.
Too late. I got one coming on.
Yeah, guy's been hitting the sauce hard.
Good goddess, Jack. How many bottles have you downed already? I've told you over and over we shouldn't do our intel gathering at a bar, and this is why.
Bro can't help himself.
But that's what a bar's for. You wine and dine and booze and schmooze.
All right, let's get down to business. What's going on with Heiyue? Just before I left, I heard they ran into some trouble internally, and that the conflict's been ongoing. Here's the story. It all started with the fall of the Live family at the end of last year. I think they were the ones who were like putting everybody in danger, I think. Yeah. With the Shang show. Their unauthorized involvement in Horacion's death game and their affiliation with Almada had been brought to light. Sal gathered evidence of their malfeasance and presented it to the council, and as a result, the Live family elder lost his seat. But after that, a portion of the Live family members, whose whereabouts we were investigating, started an uprising. So, the consequences of their actions came home to roost and they didn't like it. Around the end of the Lunar New Year, they started attacking people associated with Heiyue. At first, they made each incident look like an accident, but they've been, well, let's say less and less subtle as time's gone on. So, that person that we saw in green at the performance, that was a Live family goon. You'd have to be a freaking loon to pick a fight with Heiyue, and most people here in the Eastern Quarter are smarter than that. But there's a lot of idiots in the world. Those Almada assholes, dumbass outsiders who can't take a hint. And I guess now some members of Heiyue have joined the list. I knew the Live family had been vying for power, but I didn't think they had the stones to start a whole-ass rebellion. Well, they were the second most influential family in the council before all this, right after the Liu family, I believe. And ever since their downfall, there's been a growing sense of discontent toward the head family, the Lius. But things could be worse. We're counting our blessings that the Live family's foremost fighter hasn't joined in. Who's that? They got double capital Fs. Foremost fighter? I've only heard rumors about the guy. He almost never shows his face in public, so that's who we'll be fighting at the end of this. He might even kill us a couple times. He didn't join the uprising? Nope. If anything, he's been working against it. He kept a lot of the Live family's more rambunctious men in line after it fell, so he's a man with honor. Thanks to his efforts, the uprising's head count is thin. That said, they've still been able to take advantage of the unfolding turmoil in the criminal underworld. Ever since Almada went under, Baba and Sal have been working non-stop to fix the damage. Heiyue hasn't been able to do much since he's been under the weather since the start of the year. Oh, are we about to have another death in the game? Maybe a real one. For real? Even I haven't heard about that. Makes sense though. If word of that got out, it could create a lot of confusion, especially in the middle of a Lai family revolt. Yeah, and that's why there's a gag order in place within Heiyue as well. He is pretty old, so I'm a little worried about him. In any case, someone's got to take on their 4 SPG, and the person who's taking it on is... me, of course. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not doing this to get in your good books, and I've still got no intention of joining your ranks. I just want to put the fear of Aidios in those shit for brains so they'll leave my town the hell alone. Right. I figured as much. So Aaron's taking points on this? That about sums up our situation. What do you think, Van? Are you willing to help us? Don't think I got much choice, considering my assistance already accepted. As payment, I want you guys to let me use your information network. There's something I'm looking for, and if I don't want to comb every reach of this city, I'm gonna need access to it. We need the next piece of the Genesis. Then it's settled. Once we resolve this, we can all walk away happy. Thank you, all of you.
Okay then, let's get this party started. Been a while since Small Fry and I took on some 4 SPGs, but we're gonna bring the house down all the same.
So, let's do this. And we also, the very first thing we need to do, March 5th, 2:50 p.m., is put Septium Vein right back onto Van. Eastern Quarter, 2nd Ward.
So this is the 2nd ward? It feels a bit different from the first.
Oh, did we not come here the first game? I guess we didn't.
We never did drop by this place on our last trip, did we?
All right, well.
It's got an old-timey feel to it compared to the Liu family's turf. Now that I think about it, it's kind of like the old town of the Eastern Quarter.
Neat. Wonder what new food stuff we got here.
I dropped by this place a couple of times back when I was still green. By the way, why'd you lie back there in the bar?
Oh.
The hell do you mean? And what's with that shit-eating grin?
Ashin spilled the beans just before we left. You said it's been a while since you took on some 4 SPGs.
Oh, has he been doing Spriggan work on the low?
But she said that every year, you and your friends would help the townspeople with their issues around the Lunar New Year.
Oh, everybody's a bracer, dude. Oh my gosh.
Except this year, you spread word that a fixer was in town, gathered requests from the bulletin board, and took them all on.
Oh, he definitely just was doing Spriggan work.
You've been a 4 SPG resolving machine.
They weren't called 4 SPGs, they were just normal-ass requests. And I only did it that way because it was more efficient.
Uh-huh.
Is Langport's little prodigy getting embarrassed? Even you have a cute side.
Don't you freaking dare! Damn it, Ashin. That girl needs to learn when to keep her damn trap shut.
Alright, I'll pump the brakes. If Jack's intel is on the mark, they should be hiding somewhere around here.
Yeah, the remnants of the Lai family have been seen coming and going from this place. I'm also keeping my eye out for a cowardly bastard who was spying on Ashin at the theater.
Ah, so Aaron did catch wind of that.
He's also been seen around this area, according to Sid. Once we put that shard search function to work, their hideout will be as good as found.
The shard search function is so busted.
I know our main goal is to find the next piece of the 8th Genesis. But we can have a little fun before then. Let's bust some heads and kick some traitor ass. Just don't get too cocky out there, alright?
Funny. I was just about to tell you the same thing.
Right, if anybody needs to hear that, it's Aaron.
Great minds think alike.
Act 2A, Chaos in Heiyue. Oh, this place looks huge. Langport, Eastern Quarter, 2nd Ward. So, Orbment.
Shifting to maintenance mode.
And instead of Earth
That's a
Inverse.
single element slot.
Yeah, we'll take that off of Agnes.
Shard skills updated.
And what are they rocking?
Maintenance mode.
Gaps. They're rocking big time gaps. Oh my gosh. And the only problem is I don't actually have... Yeah, we're not going to be able to open up their slots. Oh, I shouldn't have gotten so impatient with Nadia.
Shard skills updated. Shard skills updated. Shard skills updated.
And then he needs... There we go.
Maintenance mode activated.
We'll give him... Who is... Alright, well, he just won't have one then. Sent.
Looks like a new shard skill, huh?
And Airyverse.
Skill loadout updated.
Freeze? Yeah, like,
Skill loadout updated.
I don't know. I'll probably end up revisiting that, but
Second ward has its charms
for the
too.
time being.
Goldfish! There's so many!
For real. They look pretty damn good.
They're something of a good luck charm, so people like having them as pets. Personally, I prefer the kind of fish you can dine on.
He's not wrong. We probably can't... Can we not fish right there?
Let's do this thing.
Yeah. we can't bogart on their territory for free. Power handle. Ooh.
Hope it's to your satisfaction.
So it's gonna be easy pickings for some fishins.
Welcome to What Can I Get For You?
Laifu Xiaolong Bao. Now that's a name. Plain oolong tea. There's another. See, there's... What is this? Is this the bath?
Oh, whoa, whoa. Isn't this...
This is the public bath Old Man Juan runs. I hear they put in a sauna recently. Want to try it out?
I don't want to try it. I must try it.
Well, I neglected to...
Alright.
Alright, that's on me, though. Because I definitely didn't hit up any bathhouses. Wait, what? Okay, I guess we're going to have to come back here later. But I didn't hit up any bathhouses in Act 2B.
Do me a favor and decide already.
Oh, well.
Come back whenever you like.
And I believe... Wait, what is that? Gekka Dojo! Oh! So is that... Did Van hone his skills there?
What's next?
Thanks.
Neat. So, SCLM effect up.
Thanks a bunch, Van.
Van's parameters up. Max HP plus 500. Holy. But, yeah, give me a one moment. And further in we go.
There. Do a shard search.
Do we want to just collect these shards, or... Oh. Well, alright then. The trail ends here. This must be the place. Whoa! It's gigantic! It was a high-class restaurant run by the Lai family. It used to be a brothel before they remodeled it. What was once a respectable establishment is now a den of feral rats. Alright, well. And soon, we're going to be ambushing it. By the way, what's a brothel? Ooh, is it a place that serves chicken broth? It sure is, Fairy. It sure is. Mind you, she'll be 14 this year. You poor innocent creature. I'll let you take this one, Chief. Oh no, you ain't passing the buck on this, you ass. You're the playboy here. Anyway, you two know the plan, right? Yep. We charge in from the front, then rearrange their faces into ones only a mother could love. If Heiyue carried out a full frontal assault, these rats would have shat their pants and scurried away in a flash. But the chances of them doing that with us three are slim to none. Right. From all we heard, I don't think they'll give us much trouble, and tactically speaking, small numbers work well in confined indoor spaces. They also won't be expecting an attack midday. We'll catch them by surprise for sure. You two sure are fired up about this, huh? Well, I guess the sooner we get this done, the better. We'll go in as soon as we're all ready. Well, No use to oh, hold on. Let me make sure. Yeah, see? Not equipped with anything. I am glad I looked. So we'll give... We'll give Fairy the Grail Locket. Take that off Ren. And then we'll give Aaron the Grail Ring. Take that off Nadia. We can do heightened drop rates. That's fine. Though I do want to give her... She'll get the gladiator headband off Nadia. We have to have something better than evasion and arts evasion +4. Yeah. Accuracy +7, crit +7. Yeah. Alright. For right now, we're rocking with this. Right after we have no healing arts on any of them? Well, can't let that stand now, can we? So Van, he definitely is going to hang on to Earthguard. We'll have... Because Fairy is, she's got the thing that gives us CP regen. He has Forte, so we need La Forte. And she needs Chrono Drive. La Forte and Van. Oh no, not Chrono Drive, because Van can do that. I guess she will get... Nah, he'll get Aura Breath. But that does mean that I've got to take that, the water element breath off of our good friend, Athelis. Meteoric Gravity. I don't see us getting a whole lot of use out of that on her. Let's do Refreshing Veil.
Maintenance mode activated.
Yeah, instead of an HP 1. Sorry, on yes, we're going to be needing that. Alright, now we've got some actual heals. Ooh, hold on. Yeah, we need to, strength +3, break 2. We can drop strike for an EP cut 2. We'll take Kaxra's. Kaxra hasn't been in the party in forever. And an EP cut 1. Also off Kaxra. Why not? Go ahead and gut, bro. Okay, very satisfied with that. Let's charge in. Huh? Oh no, it's them! It's us. Enemy sighted! Let's wipe them out.
Deploying shards.
So...
Ready.
We've got, let's... Well, we're gonna get these back so we can pump him up really quickly.
It's go time.
Let's get it.
Out with a bang. Soar for me.
Boost gauge limit.
Got him! Oh, that might have been overkill. But you know what? We can't let up. Oh, and Van... Let's, one group down. Alright, on to the next. I might use some Twilight Droplets on Van, but we're not struggling just yet. The hell's going on? Someone go check it out, quick! Looks like we've kicked the hornet's nest. Now we can take them all down in one go. You guys ready? Ready as I'll ever be.
If we're gonna force our way in, we might as well do it in style.
Multiple enemies sighted. Commencing suppression.
All right,
Let's book it to the top floor.
Oh. So let me save just in case we get to die-in. I highly doubt we'll run into anybody here who's a serious threat. But our van, I wouldn't say our van is under-leveled. Like, I'm not sure if the game actually expects us to be level 31 with him at this point in time. What is that? So these guys are just rocking with a bunch of giant monsters. But Heiyue is pretty capable, so...
Looks like a chest.
Uh-oh. God dang it. There we go. Water spirit verse. But them going ahead and having a whole bunch of animals on hand, or I guess these things would be beasts. They probably have beast masters who specifically train those things up. Alright.
We've made it to the top.
If the guys behind the uprising are in here, this is where they'd be.
Getting real sick of fighting all this fodder. Let's put these guys 6 arch under.
Yeah! But we're not about to keep clobbering Small Fry, as Aaron would put it. These jokers don't deserve it. They don't deserve the privilege of being at the end of our fists. We're gonna reserve that for whoever is here.
Looks like some good
Once we loot this place nice and good, everything not nailed down is coming with us. Who's gonna stop us? So these items are nice. Nope, you guys got it. We'll let you live. So I wonder, because Fairy says commencing suppression, and he could, Aaron could just be hyping it up, but no, it wouldn't. We're not killing anybody. I'm sure we're not. Because in the last game, actually killing people was like a giant thing. Yeah.
Whew, that hits the spot.
So let's drop another save. All right.
Why the hell haven't they finished off the intruders yet?
Because they can't. We're too tough.
Who would have thought they'd attack in broad daylight?
Looky here. It's the chicken shit head honchos.
They're literal nobodies. I thought we'd at least get a new named character.
Don't move.
You're Aaron Wei? What's Gien's lapdog doing here? There's no freaking way the Lu family's forces could have moved without us knowing.
I'm no one's pet, you dick. And I'm sure as hell not part of the Lu family. I'm just here to complete a job for the sake of an old friend.
Yeah.
You assholes have 2 choices. Give up, or get your shit kicked in. Make my day and choose the second one.
You tell him, Aaron.
You sound like a villain from a shitty-ass B-movie.
Huh? Well, I think his anger's justified. These guys are scum who betrayed their own people.
Won't argue with you there.
Aren't you the people who won Arasion's death game? Why are you here?
You guys have inspired our ire, and now you get to feel our wrath.
Is this the end of the line?
Watch out!
What, is he gonna pull a gun? Oh! The Shang show.
These guys were here the whole time?
We can never detect these dudes, but doesn't that mean that because I thought the Shang show were only worked for Gien, or maybe they're a Heiyue thing in general.
If it ain't the elders, Shangsho.
These guys are some of the most powerful fighters in Heiyue.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
So why are they here helping out the lies?
We may have made a mistake at the old capital, but it was far from a fatal one. The Lai family will rebound in time.
Okay, so every family has its own Shang show.
You, on the other hand, made a grievous error in coming here. And for that, you'll pay the ultimate price.
We'll see about that one.
Nah, you got it backwards. The Lai family's done for. It's time to get your thick heads out of the gutter and face the truth.
But not before I make you eat a shitload of gravel. I'm kicking your arrogant asses to the curb, whether you surrender or not.
They aren't anywhere near as powerful as the Lu family Shangsho. We can do this.
All right. Fairy's like, these guys are freaking chumps.
You all haven't changed a single bit.
We are getting some help. I think this is a... Wait, already? That was fast. Dude, immediately coming in and dropping her finishing move. That's why we love her. Alright. Well, hey.
Who the hell? Reset?
I thought she would... Okay, well. We had 2 more party members. I thought she wouldn't show up till Act 3A.
What are you doing here?
Were you just standing out there this whole time?
Waiting to make a dramatic entrance? Rosette Twinings.
Oh, no. I only just arrived a moment ago. I apologize for not notifying you sooner.
It is all good.
I am here in Langport as part of a Marduk company business trip. But I, Rosette Twinings, have been permitted to resume my duties as a member of Arkride Solutions.
Welcome back aboard.
Fine then. Consider your contract renewed.
You are so cool, Rosette. You really know how to make an entrance.
Now, she ain't lying.
Hell yeah. We have this fight in the bag.
She did the same thing last game, too.
No, we just have one more body to cremate.
Like that's gonna happen.
Time to meet your maker. You damn fixers.
Not gonna happen. We'll make you meet yours.
We will
All
slaughter
right.
our enemies.
So we don't get any opportunities to buff her, but that's completely fine.
Push back. Here goes.
Immediately jump in there. Jeez. They weren't kidding. These Shang shows suck. Half health them in 1 hit. Let's go ahead.
Going all in.
Perfect snipe. Sure. We now have a, like, before I would never have done that, but with how they changed it, we have a reason to use our CP for the first time in the series, so.
I shall end this. It's over. Radiant,
We did just watch her do that. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. Her S-Craft was pathetically weak in the last game too, but that was more like a me thing. Because Rosette, I just couldn't make Rosette work. I can't lie about that. Zhang Daoshi. Like whatever she was meant to do, she was not doing it. I was not figuring out what the heck her strengths were, so she just, you know, hung out, vibed, you know. Just cool peoples, just sat out the battles most of the time. Is it just me, or are these markers a lot more robust? These things are, I don't remember them being this bold. Oh well.
Over here.
Get these coin bullets going.
perfect chance.
Right. And she's level 31 as well.
Why you?
We did it.
Piece of cake.
Thanks for coming in clutch, Rosette.
Oh, I hardly think my presence was necessary.
I'm sure, yeah, we would have been fine without her, but we were finer with her.
I will leave the rest to you, Mr. Wei.
Way to come in and steal my thunder at the last damn second. Curtain has fallen on your crappy uprising. Time to wake up to reality.
So that's it. Lies crushed. Van's group contacted Ashen and handed the remnants of the Lai family over to the Liu family. After all the known members had been rounded up, the internal strife within Heiyue had finally been quelled. With the situation under control, they let Ashen take care of matters from there and return to the First Ward. They decided to rest up at the inn so they could be ready to search for the next piece of the 8th Genesis the following day. What a bombastic opening! Wait, you guys are here to do a joint exercise with the Navy? The Calvardian Navy? That's new! So, a foreign private military company and Calvert's armed forces are palling around now, huh? I really don't like the thought of Marduk getting into bed with the president. Yeah. Imagine corruption from the presidency. That'd be crazy, right? My apologies, but selecting joint exercise partners is well above my pay grade, I'm afraid. Yeah, it's not like really, she really doesn't have a choice in the matter, but you know what? Rosette's good people. Oh, this may be to your interest, Miss Al-Fayed. Mr. Al-Fayed and his unit are here as well. Man, when's Qasim gonna stop playing around and join the team? What? And immediately could you imagine if Qasim actually did become a party member? They've been hyping this man up as the first coming of Cassius and the second coming of him. Strongest dude in the land. But once he gets to busting out his own S-crafts and his arts and stuff with on our team, he will be hitting as hard as Rosette. So, I'd rather he didn't join, so his mystique could be preserved. like Aaron taking us on 1v4 when we first met him. That was crazy in hindsight. And then being unable to beat Van one-on-one. Chief Qasim is a damn good combat instructor, so no surprise they'd ask him to come along. Still, that's a shockingly reputable thing for Marduk to be doing. If they're considered reputable, then I don't think I know what the word means anymore. Anyway, now that we're done kicking ass, I think we can focus on finding the next piece of the last Genesis starting tomorrow. More specifically, a single piece of it. I never thought we would be searching for the 8th Genesis in this manner. Yeah, Falcom was like, let's go ahead and stretch it a little bit. Be that as it may, we must secure it as quickly as possible so that it does not fall into the Crimson Grendel's hands. We must also collect them for Miss Claudel's sake so that she may fulfill her great-grandfather's wish. That's right. Getting our hands on the remaining pieces should be our top priority. Heiyue will be supporting us. We scratched their back, so now it's time for them to scratch ours. Also, since your brother's in the neighborhood, I'd like to know if he knows anything too. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Uh-oh, are they on the rocks? Very well then. I propose we go ahead and confirm our schedule for tomorrow. Seems like they may not be on the best of terms. A police siren? It's always something. Doesn't sound like it's coming from the second ward. Yeah, I think it's coming from... Is it the Lai family mansion?
Aaron! There you are! Is Ashen with you?
Uh-oh.
Hey, Sid. What's got you all worked up?
Did something happen?
Well... Just come with us. Something happened to Fawn.
Oh, he won't be taking over for Gian, I guess. Did he get got, or is he ill?
Breaking news. We're coming to you live from the house of... Oh, the suspect is being led out by the detectives now.
Suspect? What's going on? Oh, Fawn Lu. He's a suspect?
It's Fawn Lu of the Kowloon Financial Bank. He's being taken away now after the police finish searching his home on charges of tax evasion.
Oh, they got this man on the Rico.
Fawn! You bastards! What the hell do you think you're doing? You better give me one damn reason not to...
What, is he gonna fight the cops?
Aaron!
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm sorry to have worried you. Look after my house while I'm away, will you?
So what, are these charges bogus? They got him on that BS.
Or Ashen.
Tax evasion?
I don't know. That does seem like the exact kind of thing Heiyue would get up to.
Yep. This whole thing reeks of bullshit.
And yeah, it's for them to go after Fawn specifically, especially after we got the lies up out of here. Yeah.
Never before has something like this transpired in the Lu family's long history.
There's Gian.
Gian?
Gian Lu.
I'm afraid the evidence they found is irrefutable. He will have many long interrogations ahead of him in the coming days.
So, this frame job was picture perfect.
You can't be serious. Have
You gone senile?
He just said the evidence was irrefutable. If he is saying it, you know it's legit.
You should know as well as anyone that Fawn would never do something like this.
Trust me, I know that all too well. However, it is far too late to stop the plans that have been set in motion.
It sounds like he's got an inkling of who did this.
Do what you must, Aaron. And pass that on to Ashin as well.
Where's she at?
Huh? What are you...
Wait, what? What the heck, dude? Oh my gosh. Okay, so the lies aren't the only family falling today.
Again! Hey, this isn't time for your pranks, you hear me? Yen? Oh, yeah. Call an ambulance!
I don't know. He might be done so, honestly.
On it.
Oh. So, it's that other girl. So, I guess we'll be fighting her this time. The Legend of Heroes trails through Daybreak 2. Jeez, okay, that's a lot. Heiyue in shambles, March 3rd. Elder Gian was promptly taken to Langkai Clinic, where he received emergency care. Once his condition was stable, he was transferred to the city hospital. March 6th, 9:24 a.m. Sao Lee.
During the examination, they discovered a slow-acting poison inside Elder Gien's body.
Okay, so that's what the girl did to him.
They are doing everything in their power to treat it, but the situation is, unfortunately, very much touch and go.
Yeah.
Damn it all.
I'm sorry, you two. Guess there's no questioning it now. The 1-2 punch of Gien's poisoning and Fawn's arrest leads me to one conclusion. There's a traitor in the Liu family. That's his conclusion? Oh, I thought it was outside actors. But that does make sense. Who would be able to plant good evidence that Fawn was doing tax evasion, and who would be able to get close enough to Elder Gian to poison him? So yes, a likely assumption. The evidence for Fawn's purported tax evasion scheme was forged, and cunningly so at that. Just between us, I happen to be in good graces with the Langport police's upper echelons. However, the evidence was leaked on the Orbital network, so greasing the palms of my connections is no longer an option. We have attempted to trace the leaks back to the source, but our search has not turned up any results. Our opponent is crafty, if nothing else. And well informed too. They struck while Sao was in Crossbill on business, framed Fawn, and poisoned Gian. To pull all that off, they'd have to be someone on the inside, or at least know someone who is. We can rule out the Lai family, since we took him out yesterday. You got anything else that can help narrow it down? Honestly, I've got nothing. Is it Ashin? We don't know any other named Liu family members. Except for one thing. Last night, there were some members who we couldn't get a hold of. But I don't think any of them would be capable of outwitting Sao like this. Even you guys are stumped, huh? This one's a real head-scratcher. The Liu family's attention was split between restoring order to the criminal underworld and quelling the Lai family revolt. Perhaps they used the latter as a smokescreen for their true plot. How conniving. Needless to say, this is the greatest crisis the Liu family has faced since its inception. Yeah, its two most prominent heads taken down in one fell swoop. To make matters worse, some of the elders are using our moment of weakness to push for a change in leadership. And to top it all off, my brother almost came all the way back here from Remiferia. I stopped him though. They really don't want Shin showing up just yet, huh? But so that means there were 5 head families of Heiyue, and right now there's only 3 acting ones. So, of course they'd want to consolidate power in this time of crisis. Good call. I wouldn't put assassination past the culprit. But it sucks to be Shin, though, having to be so far away from his family when this is going on. You lose your heir apparent, and your family's as good as finished. Bear in mind that Calvert's underbelly is still in a state of disarray. Moreover, the situation could very well deteriorate further if the various powers within Heiyue split off. Are you for real? If the leaders of the criminal underworld are divided, you can kiss the checks and balances that govern it goodbye. And the majority of those who will pay the ultimate price for Heiyue's infighting will be the honest, hard-working people. I'm not gonna let there be blood on the streets of my town. Never again. Let's get one thing straight. I don't give a damn about your internal affairs bullshit. Like I've said before, I'm not one of your people, so normally I tell you to fix your own damn mess. But you're in luck, because whoever this asshole is, they made this personal. Fawn and Gian have been looking after me since I was a kid. They're family, and no one messes with my family. Aaron. That's right. The Liu family has no intention of letting them get away with this. They have wounded our pride, and we won't stand for that. Alright, time to get our get back. Not to mention, we'll have a hard time undoing the damage Almada did to the criminal underworld if a saboteur is in our midst.
Could we ask you to lend us your aide again, Van? Naturally, you'll be fairly compensated for your services, should you accept. I'll also do whatever I can to help. I'm the temporary head of the family, so I have no shortage of resources at my disposal.
You know what? Qasim and Ashin should join Arkride Solutions. Let's just go ahead and headhunt both of them. I'm sure Ashin can fight.
Cool with me. We're no strangers to calling up some shady connections when we need them, so we'll take you up on your offer. Might need you too. If this person's got the brains to outsmart the Liu family, we'll probably need all the help we can get.
Agreed. With a recent uptick in disturbances around the city, enlisting their aid may be a necessity.
We'll make sure that creep gets their comeuppance, for Aaron and Ashin's sakes.
You guys.
Of course we're gonna help out.
Very well. I suppose we can consider this new contract signed. Oh, and I have already taken the liberty of gathering some 4 SPGs for you.
Our man Sal, we could definitely use more goodies.
In fact, I believe a few have already been posted. If you could resolve those as well, I would very much appreciate it.
When the hell did you do that? This morning? Last night?
Sal is uber competent. He could have done it any time.
It's like you saw this coming from a Selge away.
These matters happened during my absence, so I'm attempting to make up for it now.
There's always things like being Sal must be so exhausting. I'm sure right now in Crossbell there's a bunch of things that need his attention too.
Do proceed with caution. I look forward to hearing of your success.
All right. If you asked me which character would be the one showing up most often between games, I would not have pegged it to be Sal. Okay, where should we start investigating? Ever since his appearance, anyways. No clue. Thanks to the news yesterday, the sense around the city is upping changed on me. Let's play it by ear. We can work on those 4 SPGs in the meantime. Everyone in town's on edge because of what happened to Fawn and Gian. But because of that, people's lips might be extra loose today. You're catching on. Oh yeah, isn't this your first time doing fixer work in Langport, Rosette? She was not part of the team last time, at this point in time. That's correct. It's why I'm very much excited to conduct a sweep of the city. Nice. Well, if you want, I'd be happy to show you around. I can be your tour guide. Ooh, I've got to show you this perfect sniping spot I found last time. Sniping spot? Why the hell are you looking for sniping spots? And shouldn't I be the one to show her around? I literally live here. Okay, I'm cutting you off before you start butting heads. We got work to do, so let's get our asses in gear. Oh. Hey, just popping in with an update from Marduk support. A new floor is available already? We haven't done anything yet. Further analysis has revealed a new floor of the Merhian Garten, So check it out when you get a chance, Kay. Alright. A 5th floor has been added to the Merihian Garten.
We should start by checking for 4 SPGs. Then we can collect information on yesterday's incident. If you would like to speak with Qasim, he is currently at the Harbor District. I believe that covers our agenda for today, yes?
Yeah. Wow, it is so much easier to keep track of stuff when you're around.
Getting a little spoiled, are we, Chief?
Man. Rosette is also uber competent. Swallow Blade. Yeah, we're gonna have to shell out. We should be able to upgrade that to be better. But everybody else is just gonna get a nice double upgrade. And we can also use a new... any straight upgrades here? Yeah. The Suparna. Let's go ahead and bless her up. And his evasion would drop. Get her set. Alright. Oh, Feather Vest. Genbu attire. Seiryu attire. So, 292, 256. The Feather Vest seems to be all around better.
Welcome.
Not for A-Res, but we'll be fine on the A-Res.
Thank you for visiting the Kowloon department store.
Yes, everybody gets some new goodies.
We hope you enjoy your stay.
Feather boots, Byako shoes, Suzaku shoes. Speed 8, move 5, speed 10. Okay, so the specific gear, the men and women's gear, is better in this case. Man, it is nice having all this Mira. Alright. Yes, so he only gained 6 points of damage ultimately, but every point might count, so.
Thank you.
So that's the first shop. We shelled out quite a lot there. You said there's new stuff here.
Hope to see you again.
What's new?
Allow me to assist.
Oh, gravity. Good stuff. All right. You do have Sepith Mask galore. But I think I'll worry about my Orbment setups when we're ready to take on the 5th floor of the Merihian Garten. Python leather belt.
Please stop by again sometime.
Soul Chef pudding. Or Ed veggie cookie.
I hope to
Ooh.
see you again.
So this is probably going to be for Rosette. Yep, fresh mint pudding. That sounds delicious, actually. What other stuff can we buy? I want to spend. This is definitely my favorite. Like, you never even realize how badly you need something like this until it's in the game. This whole thing where you can see what has the new stuff that you can buy on the screen. Oh my gosh, so good. Oh, okay, that must have been another vending machine then. Can we? Okay, I was like, can we walk past this spot without? Okay, so that's the board. We will be returning there. I think the Bracer Guild is around here. Yes, and I remember this is where we did our exercises, and also where we had a dinner with Elaine.
Want to try something? Come again.
Chilled Vitorino pasta. Not too shabby.
For a Monto, what would you like?
Steamed red bean Montu.
Please stop by again sometime.
And there's there's something going on over here. Can we? Oh, okay. We can just shop here. Nice. Horai Babao Sai.
Please come again.
No clue what that is, but it sounds pretty good. Gather info about the trader. Okay, so that's the next actual thing. So ahead of doing anything with that, let's see what 4 SPGs we've got.
What have we got?
After being away in the capital for so long, my brother, Li Lian, has finally come home. And he's still a gutless coward. That's why I'd like to take the opportunity to beat some grit into him. Does this sound like something Arkride Solutions could help with? Sure. We've got you covered, Xiaoling. So,
Ladder launched.
let's go ahead and give him
take
this.
that.
Neat. But, yeah, let's go to Second Ward.
Let's roll, gang.
Is there a reason we can't go to Taoyuan Restaurant? Probably because we have to gather stuff. But okay, there's something else we can purchase here. Let us take a look and see what it is.
Why don't we see?
Every year, all the restaurants in Langport hold a competition to judge who can prepare the best dish. However, with things being as they are lately, we need a bit of a helping hand in getting everything set up. If you'd be willing to pitch in, please meet me at my restaurant. I'll give you the details there. So, Mei Xin. And it looks like that is going to be it for us there. So before we head over, we're going to start with Mei Xin. But before that...
Do me a favor and decide already.
So, Tyrell Times extra issue already?
Come back whenever you like.
Alright, so we'll do this then. I don't want to walk past the red exclamation point. So one looping back around. What do they need the gondolas for?
Second Ward has its charms too.
I guess these might connect to other places that we can't actually see. I take it you're the one that put out the 4SPG? Something about trouble with a cooking competition, was it? I assume that means you're the Spriggan I've been hearing so much about. Well, I'm glad you got my request. That's such a relief. I see you brought the prodigy along as well. It's nice to meet you, Aaron. Yeah, I just happen to work part-time for the guy. Anyway, I've heard a good bit about you too, Mei Xin. Word around town was that a really skilled lady took over this place 2 years ago. Even managed to brush off pressure from the Lai family. Really? That's so cool! That's because my big sister's at Teiji Chushi. No idea what that means. Oh, I've heard that's the highest rank a chef of Eastern cuisine can reach. Oh, impressive. So it's like, she's a 5-star chef then. Tian, you always make such a fuss over nothing. You know how I feel about all those big titles. You earned it. You might as well flaunt it. You know, I actually think I've been here before, so they must serve something sweet. I remember there was an old man running the place back then. Told me his eldest daughter was in training over at the restaurant in Kowloon Hotel. I'm guessing you're the daughter he was talking about. Your old man must be pretty proud. Now there's some praise I do like to hear. Would you mind if we got back to the matter of my request though? By all means. But I'll admit this cooking competition doesn't sound like the kind of thing you'd need a Spriggan for. The Great Langport Cook-Off, right? All the restaurants in the area are free to participate. I've been to it a few times myself. Was actually planning on going to this year's competition too. Since we'll be in the area when it's going down, might as well, right? With all the trouble around here lately, it'd be nice to have something to lift our spirits and take our minds off things. There's another side to it too, though. The elders who support each restaurant use it as a competition to maintain their standing. Oh, so it's a contest. How should I say this? There's not really a way for me to say it in a PG way, so. As it stands now, the head chef at Taoyuan restaurant, which is currently closed, has been invited. So has the new food truck in Newtown. Taoyuan restaurant? That's the place we were at when we fought the remnants of the Lai family. Oh, that's why we can't go there. I'm surprised to hear they'll be participating. Right? It sounds so exciting, especially with so many people involved. Honestly, I'm a little nervous about it all. You see, the usual event space isn't available this time around, so they asked to hold it here instead. Here? This place, no offense, but this place is pretty small, isn't it? It was supposed to be at the Kowloon Hotel. However, with all the issues that have cropped up recently, they decided to opt out of participating. Probably the safer bet. And with me trying to get ready to enter the competition myself, I'm just about at my wit's end. So wait, what does she exactly want us to do? I was hoping that maybe you could help me out a bit. Does that sound like something you could do? What is she... Wait, what specifically does she need us to do, though? Let me think. Alright. Alright, we'll take your case. Considering the whole deal with Heiyue, we're probably the best people for the job anyway. Oh, you're a lifesaver! Now I really have to put my all into this year's competition. Could you explain a bit more about what you'd like us to help you with? Of course. Well, firstly, with the Liu family's trading business having gone under, several places have been unable to stock enough imported ingredients. From what I've heard, Guihua Fandian and Horayan have been hit the worst. But Taoyuan restaurants and that food truck in Newtown have apparently been just fine. So we gotta go there, find out where they're sourcing their stuff from, and spread the love. Actually, Meng Chao's food truck seems to be doing more than fine. I knew I could count on you, Tian Tian. Thanks for looking into it for me. As for our place, I believe we have what we need for the time being. However, if at all possible, there is one thing I was hoping you might find for me. Sure, whatever secret killer ingredients you need, we got you. Oh, and what would that be? It's a slightly unusual type of Laoju by the name of Tian Feng Quan. And I think Laoju is some kind of wine, some kind of alcohol, I think. The person who ran the brewery passed away a while ago, and they closed down not long after. It's become quite a collector's item. I'm not sure how many bottles of it are even left now, but I just know it'll be perfect for the dish I'm planning to make. Okay, something I'm extremely curious about, because all this stuff is crazy in English, but I wonder like in Japanese, because they would use the same kanji, right? Like imagine being the translator for it and then reading the kanji and then having to figure out what it actually means in Chinese. So maybe it's just as crazy, and it obviously has nothing to do with this, but it's just a thought that popped in my head. Being a translator seems like such a fun job. A very intensive job, though. A very labor, research-intensive job. But fun. If I could do it, I would. Got it. We'll see if we can manage it. Thank you. If it ends up costing anything, I'll take care of the fees. So please feel free to tell them to put it on my tab. And even if you can't find it, I can still make do. So try not to worry too much. Don't worry. With the power of green exclamation points, we'll get everything done. Okay. You kind of made it sound like there were more issues than just not having enough ingredients, though. Well, it's a bit hard to explain, but it almost seems like there's someone trying to sabotage the competition. In fact, just this morning, I found some of the cooking wine in our pantry smashed to pieces. More cooking saboteurs, dude? There's a lot of that going around this time. Wouldn't be surprised if Taoyuan's head chef was behind it all. Guess we'd better go see what the other participants have to say. That'll give us some insight into who done it. It should also help us figure out the supply issues. I would really appreciate it. Please let me know if you find anything.
Okay, time to get to work.
Yeah, we're not gonna let this go unpunished. Culinary crimes are the highest sort of crime. Only death awaits everybody standing between us and deliciousness.
What did I need to pick up next?
Alright. So we first start over here, which this is the Taoyuan restaurant again. Alright. Hey, isn't that lady? No idea who that is at all. Is she a friend of yours? Nah, but I've heard about her. I think she's a hostess over at Taoyuan restaurant. Oh, I get where you're going with this. Their head chef is supposed to be taking part in the cook-off. Let's go see if she knows something. Well, well, if it isn't the prodigy, and I take it you're the Spriggan? She should have figured a hostess for the Live family restaurant would be in the know. Yeah, she's got more connections than your average hostess would. So, what does a little boy from Liu want with me? Not really a little boy anymore, but whatever. We've just got a couple of questions we'd like to ask you. Yeah, I promise we're not looking for a fight with the lie. We were just curious about the head chef at the restaurant you work for. We hear he got an invitation to the Great Langport Cook-Off. Oh, so that's what this is about. Yeah, Yantu's been pretty excited about it. The restaurant may be closed for the moment, but he's blocked off an entire section of the kitchen to prepare for the event. Wow, this is serious business. Wow, he must be really fired up for it. Well, he takes a lot of pride in being a chef at one of Langport's finest establishments. He was feeling a bit let down by the closure, but this cook-off sure has a little spark under him. While we're on the topic, do you happen to know if he's run into any issues while preparing for the competition? I don't recall hearing much of anything from him, really. No. The only thing I can say is that he's been feeling a lot of pressure lately because of everything that's happened with the Lai family. I'm sure. These jokers have already lost so much. Getting clowned on in the competition would just be further insult to injury. I see. That makes sense. We're just doing what we can to support the cook-off, so please tell him to give us a holler if he needs anything. Got it. I'll let him know. Thanks for the offer. Alright. So, Yantu's definitely going to go ahead, make sure he throws his best hat into the ring. And I guess we have to visit other spots. Yeah. Newtown. These should be the sources of some food trucks for us. And I'm going to have to look for a sauna. That's the Bracer Guild, so we're not headed there just yet. And it's a food truck we've definitely... Okay, we can beeline straight... Wait, what? Oh, we have to go into the department store, I think. Yeah. Just cut right on through. Oh, and cut through the friggin' line, too. Oh, Meng Xiao's a dude. I thought it was a woman. Step right up, everyone. Don't be shy. Come and taste the next generation of Eastern cuisine. But it's kind of difficult for me to assign gender to these names. Not very familiar with them at all. I prepared plenty, so come and get as many as you like. No matter how many I eat, I never get tired of that flavor. I could have this stuff for every meal. Hey, that's how I feel about Chinese food. She's got good taste. Right? It's almost like I find something new to enjoy with every bite. I was licking my lips at the thought of a new dish, but I never thought it'd be this delicious. Uh-oh, hold on. Everybody else is floundering, but Meng Xiao's got the juice? Hold on, something ain't adding up. I just can't stop eating them. This stuff might even be better than palatial duck. That sounds expensive. Looks like business is booming. This must be the new food truck Mei Xin mentioned. Aw, just looking at it's making me hungry. Since we're here and all, do you think maybe we could grab some too? To be honest, I've been wanting to try them myself. Sure, I don't see why not. Sounds like they're not hurting for ingredients, though. Maybe they'll have some info for us. I don't know. I think once we get to asking a lot of questions, Meng Xiao is going to get real cagey. And so, Van and the others moved to the back of the line to patiently wait their turn. Luckily, they had avoided coming during the lunch rush. The group only had to wait about 10 minutes before finding themselves at the counter. Welcome! What can I get you today? We take great pride in everything we serve. I'm not too familiar with this new Eastern cuisine, actually. Got any recommendations? I'd say our most popular dish right now is our Millennium Duck. We used traditional palatial duck as the inspiration for our recipe. But prepping duck takes a lot of work and it can get pretty expensive, right? So, after years of hard work and research, we've come up with something even tastier than the original, and without having to break the bank. So, is he using chopped ingredients or something? You know, I've had real palatial duck over at the Kowloon Hotel's restaurant before. This sounds like it could be pretty great if it actually holds up. Palatial duck? The name makes it sound so expensive. She ain't lying. And that's definitely nothing. Oh, is that supposed to be? Are they calling it palatial duck because Peking doesn't exist here? It's nice that we get to try something like that on the cheap. At first, I thought it was some form of Eastern crepe, but it seems to be stuffed lao bing that's been folded like a taco. We saw the guy eating that, They did, we saw the guy at the table, not the blonde dude, but the other man. He had one in his hand. Given how simple it is to eat on the go, I can see how it would be so popular. So a Peking duck sandwich is basically it. Guess that's part of what makes it taste so good. Okay, we'll take one each then. Thank you for your business. Enjoy. Van and the others received their orders of Meng Xiao's Millennium Duck. By the way, I heard that you're going to be taking part in that cook-off that's coming up. Yes, let's hold up the line a little bit. A friend asked us to help out with it a bit. Think you could use our assistance? I see. That's awfully kind of you, but no, I can't really think of anything at the moment. Oh, and I'm sorry, but it looks like I've got other customers waiting. Would you mind stepping to the side? Yeah, sure. Sorry about that. We'll get out of your hair for now. So, nothing suspicious while asking us to get the heck out of the way so other people can be served. Whoa, this stuff is really good. The meat's so tender, too. I'm surprised the prices are so low. So what, is this gonna turn out to be... It can't... I guess this isn't gonna... this is gonna turn out to not actually be real duck or something. Even the skin's all nice and crispy. Really gives off that authentic palatial duck texture. Yes, the spices he used gives it a very distinct flavor. It certainly leaves you wanting more. I'm actually... Like, Peking duck is not rare, obviously, but I've actually never gone for it. Anytime I've seen it on the menu, there's been something else I've been more interested in. It's very disappointed. What's the matter, small fry? Don't care for it? No, it's not that. It's definitely tasty. I don't know how to put it, really. There's something off about it. Well, don't mind me. I think the herbs he used just don't agree with my stomach, that's all. That's odd. Does Van like his? Curious. Did he food poison our girl Fairy? What's going on back here? Oh, okay. So I think, yeah, it's this guy, Owner Kuwano. Oh, Mr. Arkride, what brings you to our humble establishment today? We heard you were planning to participate in the Great Langport Cook-Off. Mei Xin asked us if we wouldn't mind helping you out. I see. Always so selfless, that one. I'm a little surprised that you guys are going to be taking part, though. Sounds like the different houses in Heiyue have a bit of a stake in this whole thing. Well, you do make a fair point. But we didn't want to let Mei Xin down after she's put so much effort into putting on the event. She really has a way with people, huh? Yeah, that makes sense. She seems to do a lot for the community. And it's definitely good to have everybody competing non-lethally at the very least, especially after what went down just yesterday. Anyway, she mentioned that you guys are having trouble getting your hands on certain ingredients. Yeah, I suppose that about sums up the situation. I'm trying to figure out if we can make substitutes, but we haven't been able to obtain any Jade Dragon's Eye. That sounds freaking expensive. I'm afraid I haven't heard of that ingredient before. Is that a literal translation of whatever it is in Chinese? Oh, right. My apologies. Jade Dragon's Eye is a top brand of long gone fruit. Okay. It's extremely high quality. It's also exactly what we need to have a fighting chance in the competition. I know longan fruit. It's the stuff they always put in Eastern medicine. All you need is some high quality longan then. Easy. If it's used in medicine, then maybe there's a stock of them reserved for medical use somewhere. Perhaps they might even have some of a higher quality than they'd be willing to share. Seems pretty straightforward. We'll go check with somebody who might have some medical supplies stashed away. Long Kai Clinic, here we come. Be able to go ahead and check in on Elder Gian as well. By the way, Kuwano, have you had any other issues lately? Like somebody doing anything to mess with your food or something? Now that you mention it, we have, yeah. Although it was rather minor, all things said and done. This morning, I found that some of our plumbing out back was damaged. There was water everywhere. We had someone come out and fix it right away, so it wasn't a complete disaster, thankfully. So, a shoddy hit-and-run job. But we just had new plumbing put in last year. Feels like someone did it intentionally. Yeah, that does sound pretty fishy. It might just be a coincidence, but it's still worth the suspicion, I think. We can look into that more on our side, though. For now, just focus on keeping your customers fed. Thanks for all your help. I'll go ahead and get on back to work then. Be seeing you. All right. Oh, we triggered the event. Who was that?
Well, well. If it isn't the Spriggan and his adorable little assistants. Fancy meeting you here.
Oh, okay. It's the golden butterfly.
Huh?
And you are?
Wait, I know that voice.
The hell are you doing here? Enforcer number 3, the golden butterfly?
Oh, please. Call me Lucrezia. Or even Retzi, if you so wish. I certainly wouldn't mind.
Okay, so we met her in Longlai last game. She really likes that kimono. Enforcer number 3, Lucrezia Isoli, the golden butterfly.
You're that lady from Ouroboros.
She's the Empress, Arcana.
Careful, everyone. As you well know, she's one of the strongest members of the society.
Oh, there's no need to be so tense. We're all friends here, are we not?
And so apparently, the funny thing is, somebody explained that she's supposed to have the same accent as, like, the people who were speaking Irish back in the Cold Steel games. Whatever this accent is supposed to be, it must be ridiculously untranslatable, because that is not something that you would grasp playing these games in English.
Why don't you join me for some tea? This restaurant's beverages are simply to die for.
We're really sitting, but you know what? We're pals with basically everybody in Ouroboros already, so I didn't even recognize you at first. We have not seen you without the black veil that masks your face. Van did in Longlai, but we didn't know she was the golden butterfly back then, I don't think. Yeah, but I have. She had on that exact same kimono when I ran into her in Longlai. Yeah. It's not as though I have a pressing need to hide my face. I just think it looks rather stylish, as does this kimono. It may not match the style of dress popular in Langport and Longlai, but I think it suits me rather nicely. Wouldn't you agree? Ugh. Hate to admit it, but yeah, I do. So, what are you doing in a public place like this anyway? Since the end of last year, we haven't heard anything about the society. Not even a peep. Yeah, according to, from what I can glean from the opening, it seems like the society is done sitting in the back lines for, the 5th or 6th game in a row. Well, not that, it hasn't been that long. Maybe the 3rd game in a row. I thought that makes you pulled out of the Republic, but I guess that was wishful thinking. There's no need to worry. We aren't planning anything. At least, not at present. I am actually here of my own accord. The enforcers are afforded a great deal of freedom. Ain't that the truth? These jokers can do anything. Literally anything. Actively working, I point this out so much, but actively working against their own organization is fully permissible for enforcers of Ouroboros. As long as we do not interfere with the society's overall aims, we can do whatever we please and go wherever we want. You're not, you're joking. She is not, Aaron. She is not at all. I did hear enforcers had ample autonomy, but I'm having trouble comprehending how the society can function with such a measure in place. That's what I've been asking for literally years. These jokers are always 6 steps ahead, even with this happening. The Grandmaster is next level. That particular perk is only extended to enforcers. The Anguis do not have that luxury. I guess. Unfortunately, this is not a pleasure trip in full. I had to take on a rather troublesome assignment. Ooh, perhaps I could request your services, like we did just before the Arasian death game. You want our help again? Sorry, but the answer's no. Our interests aren't aligned this time, and frankly, I don't want to get wrapped up in your bullshit. You might not be as bad as the Oathbreaker, But that doesn't make us friends. My, you don't mince words, do you? Very well then. I suppose you do seem to have your hands full, so I won't force the issue. Glad you're so understanding. Now we'll be taking our leave. Oh, I nearly forgot. There is something I wanted to show you. What do you make of this? Does she have a piece of the Genesis? No, what the heck is that? What? A pedal? Yesterday, there was a minor disturbance at a high-class restaurant in the 2nd Ward. It piqued my interest, so I took a look around and found this lying in the corner. I think it's quite pretty, but I have not seen a flower like this in the area. It looks like a petal of pleroma grass. Perhaps it got attached to the soles of someone's shoe and fell off. Yeah, maybe so. I get that this isn't exactly a request, but I'll be honest, I ain't exactly a flower expert. Don't expect a report or anything, alright? Of course. Thank you. Until we meet again, Spriggan. So, the golden butterfly is around, out and about. Well, as long as she's not killing people, we'll be good to go. And it looks like that is currently all that's here for us.
What are we waiting for?
So, the 1st Ward. This place. This is basically the only spot that we hung around in. And we also went into Langport proper as well. Moshi gloves. Right, the super knockoffs. Oh, and there's another request here.
Oh, Aaron,
Let's see what
thank
we
you
got.
so much for your help earlier.
My pleasure. I'm just glad everything worked out.
Longport's Lunar New Year Festival is right around the corner, and the Dragon Chariot, Red Star's signature vehicle, has been stolen. And considering Heiyue was likely busy with other matters at the moment, we thought it best to ask your help instead. I'll be waiting for your answer in front of the Eastern Theater. Chief Minho. So we'll definitely be able to help bro out. Gotta do what we want to do, because Dragon Chariot is a very cool name. Hopefully the vehicle can live up to that kind of hype. Soul Chef Couscous, Proverbs of Self. I'm going to guess that this is Aaron. Fairy learned Spicy Couscous.
I'll admit, I am a little nervous, but it's okay. Aaron's here to help us.
Well, that's the kind of reputation that you get. Colored Fang Cord. When you help out so much, the people start relying on you.
What'll it be?
Power Droplet, nah. Could you imagine if they let us buy Twilight Droplets? That would actually be kind of insane. But they would have to be, not if they made them insanely expensive, though.
I'll be waiting for you. Things get hairy around here again. I'm counting on you to help me out.
You got it, Pops.
The citizens are more composed than I expected, given the present circumstances.
That's because they know Aaron has their backs.
Way to go, little Spriggan of Langport.
Hey.
Shut up, I'll kick your ass. Still, I need to hurry up and fix this situation before it starts affecting everyone in town.
Aw, Aaron feels so responsible for this place. True dragons, Tom Yum.
Come again.
You guys, huh? Kinda figured you'd show up eventually. All that commotion was definitely surprising yesterday, but most folks have just been going about their business as usual. Seems like that's Heiyue's doing, though. Guess I wanted to step in to keep things under control. Well, yeah, this may just be family trouble to them, but it's in their best interest to keep citizens from panicking. Anyway, can we assume that drinking first thing in the morning is your own brand of business as usual? Hey, this is still my first drink of the day, alright? Let a guy take the chance to relax. Oh, by the way, are you guys familiar with Seven Hearts? He wants to play Seven Hearts against us? Alright. That's that card game that's been real popular recently, right? This is the first time I'm hearing of it. The rules are a bit different from the other card games, but that hasn't stopped me and Hal from getting hooked on it. It's good for workers to take a break every now and then, don't you think? So, what do you say to playing around? I don't think that sounded as convincing as you thought it would. Perhaps we'll take you up on the offer at a later time. That later time being right friggin' now. Let's go for Rosette. Alright. So, hopefully Rosette doesn't sell me like Nadia did.
Alright, let the games begin.
Spark Edge. Tier. Forte. Ooh. Drop that Earthbreaker on him. Let's go. Restore 2 life.
Just kick back and relax.
I think I might be screwed.
You got me.
Okay.
Why don't we play again?
Yeah, let's run that back really quickly. I'm better at Vantage Masters than I am at 7 Hearts. I think that much is going to become very clear. I can play Yu-Gi-Oh type card games, but Uno type card games?
Alright, let the games begin.
That was just too much damage. Alright. So that almost took him out.
This should do it.
So he's just about done. If he doesn't have anything, no. Uh-oh, wait, what happens now?
You're pretty good.
Whew, okay. Yeah, see, that first one was just a warm-up. Wait,
Why
what?
don't we play again?
Okay, I need to, hold on. Well, I'm not sure. I need to review things a bit. Maybe read the rules a bit more carefully. I thought we had that in the friggin' bag. Well, now we're getting friggin' clobbered. Ooh. Let's go ahead and hit up the Marian Garten. We do have, thus additional members were added to the Marian Garten incursion team. Should just be Ren this go round. Van and his crew then connected to the same session for a face-to-face meetup in digital reality. Oh, it's everybody!
There we go. Aside from Master Bearguard, we've pretty much got the band back together again.
What about Ren?
This virtual world stuff feels kind of bland to me, but hey, whatever works.
Hi, Agnes. Hi, everybody. I know it hasn't been that long, but I'm really happy to see you guys again.
So am I. It's a relief to know you're all doing okay.
Did I have to enter the Marian Garten with her when we originally got her?
The feeling is mutual, Miss Claudel. I understand you've had your fair share of strife to contend with back at the capital.
Though that didn't do anything, that didn't trigger anything when we had the Dominions with us.
Between the school festival preparations and your duties at Arkride Solutions, I imagine you must be rather weary.
Nah, Agnes can handle anything.
I've been using the manual you put together as a reference, so it's actually been very educational. Plus, I've had a lot of support from Swin and Nadia.
Oh, that's right. This is their first time meeting you in person.
Yeah.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance, Substitutes Brigands. We've been told a great deal about you.
Nice to meet you too.
They said you had some business in Edith, but filling in for Van on the side? That's a real nutcase move. Where it is, you've been through hell more than once, but it looks to me like you came out the other end a lot tougher for it. So the former members of the Gardens cat is out of the bag, huh? Our old titles are way behind us, though. We're still workshopping newer, cuter ones. But for now, just think of us as the ex-Imperial Picnicking Front. Not that that means anything to them. Picnicking? So you walked through the Empire and ate food? Exactamundo! We were a group of elite gourmands who roamed Erebonia in search of the best dishes to satiate our highly discerning palates. She's not wrong. They did do that, just not specifically just that, and not really mainly that. Wow, that's so cool! Not to mention inaccurate. Yeah, that's a thing they got up to for sure, but... well, maybe not entirely. You guys did stroll around scarfing down everything in sight. The IPF, as it were, is even mentioned in classified CID documents. To call you an amusing bunch would be understating it. That's what they're officially known as in CID documentation? Sounds like there's a wild story there. There is indeed, Judith. There is indeed. Along with 2 other wild stories that you could play semi-simultaneously. It raises more than a few questions as far as the guild's concerned, but we can postpone that for another time. Now that your office has all hands on deck, we should be able to make a bit more progress inside the Merihian-Garten. For sure, there's more than enough work to sort out in the real world, but I'm catching a whiff of something here in the virtual one too. Whatever it is might give us a link to that Crimson Eyesore. So we should try to make time to check this place out, even if it means doing Marduk's dirty work for them. Right. Don't have to tell me twice. I'll take any chance to put my chops to the test. This debugging stuff's a little over my head, but tell me how to help and I'll be there. I am happy to oblige, both in my capacity as a Marduk concierge and as a provisional member of Arkride Solutions. We shall each do our utmost to assist in the investigation. Yeah, Fairy, Aaron, and Rosette can now be added to your party within the Merihian-Garten. And if Ren is here as well, that means that I missed her. Oh! So, I did miss it.
So, this is the Merihian-Garten.
But we still get it in the end, that's all that matters.
I've stumbled upon it before, but my various attempts to breach its defenses came up short.
Super Hacker Ren!
Well, anyway, I'm glad you decided to bring me along.
But of course. Should have figured the hacker formerly known as Kitty would already have a bead on this place. I'll breathe easier knowing we have an Orbital Net veteran on board. Orbital Net veteran? She basically originated a lot of this stuff. I look forward to showing you how it's done. This place truly is straight out of a fairy tale, just as the name implies. It'd make for a delightful tea party venue, I'm sure. But I suppose that'll have to wait until we've taken care of that pesky hijacker. A virtual tea party. If anyone could pioneer those, it'd be you. In all fairness, it does seem like fun. There's no way the ex-Imperial picnicking front can pass that up, right, S? Where you find all this gusto is beyond me. Still, it won't hurt to have something to look forward to. Well, if everyone's done saying their hellos, we've got work to get to. Thanks for being here, by the way. I know you have a lot going on yourself right now. Think nothing of it, Van. I'd never miss a chance to remind you what I can do. Ren can now be added to your party within the Merihian-Garten. So, that is everybody. Coral Archipelago. And we've already seen the Coral Archipelago when we got that one thing. She has 27. So we might as well max everything out here.
This is all the result of Master's instruction.
Plus 20 accuracy. Jealous side.
Let's sharpen this up a bit.
And he only has 12, but instead of the Gamma Driver, let's do Satellite Cure. Well, and his S-Craft too, why not?
It's better than ever.
And she's got quite a few, holy.
Upgrade complete.
Do we have anybody else with a sizable... She's got 5.
Yay! I'm even stronger now.
Holy Bloom EP regen. Not sure about EP regen.
Even more useful.
I can protect her now.
Aw, Swin. Which one of these do I use? I don't really use any of this stuff, so.
Let's go.
She has 10, so we can do Sword Ortis. And he has 10 as well, so.
This will serve me even better.
Whoa! The Grundle has so freaking many of these! But, alright. For the time being, we'll log out. Now, back to what we were doing, which was purchasing things to our heart's content. We got another spot for us to check out. So that's Minho, so that will start his thing. We're not set for that just yet.
What would you like?
The Peony Blade script.
Stop by again sometime.
Platter launched.
So we'll give this to her.
Take care of it.
And that's for Swin. Alright, well.
Okay.
Plus 10%. Nice. So over here should be what we're looking for. What we're actually trying to find. Well, if it isn't Van and Company, how can I help you? Mei Shin tells us you're going to be competing in the cooking competition. She wanted us to come check on you. That girl is such a sweetheart, always looking out for others. You could stand to learn a thing or two from her, Wuhan. Of course, dear. I'll be sure to do just that. Anyway, she said you guys are running a little low on some ingredients. Yeah, I was hoping to go with something a bit more expensive for my competing dish. I wanted to get my hands on some fresh red crab, but the seafood traders seem to be out right now. Okay, well, so that's not something Mei Xiao could mess with, or Meng Xiao could mess with. Red crab meat is used quite often in Eastern cuisine, isn't it? I hear it carries a high price tag because it can only be found in a very few select locations. In the West, it's also known as carmine crab, carmine being another word for red. Wow, that's a pretty fancy choice for a restaurant like yours. But I guess what you're saying is that due to the Lu family's trading being frozen, they're in low supply right now. Exactly. There are some other suppliers around here that we're friends with, but they're fresh out too. And to hear them tell it, someone came in and bought out their whole stock. That's how Meng Xiao is screwing everybody over. He's going into their kitchens, finding the stuff they're low on, or the stuff that they need or the stuff that they need for their best dishes, and buying it all up so they can't get any more. Bought out their whole stock? Maybe that's what Mei Shin meant by sabotage. It's possible. In this case, I think we can help them out if we just find another way to get some crab. We'll look into the supply shortages on our end. If anything else comes up, please let us know. Just try and focus on your cooking for the time being. Thank you for your help. It really means a lot to us. Alright, it seems like we've got a handle on how all the participants are doing now. And out of 5 restaurants, 3 of them seem to be dealing with interference from somebody. But we still can't say for sure that it's a rival business that did it. I mean, yeah, for that kind of good quality crab meat, well, one person buying it all up is definitely sus. Guiha Fandian and Horayan seem to be the only 2 that were lacking ingredients. Although Miss Mei Shin did ask us to obtain a bottle of Laoju as well. An old man Wuhan wanted some red crab. I'm pretty sure I've seen crabs like that over in the Second Ward's waterways. We have to fish for it ourselves? They were fat, juicy looking ones too. They ought to be good enough. I think I last spotted them over by the cigar shop. In that case, let's head over and see if we can catch one real quick. Alright, I know they're supposed to be rare, but we should be able to find a few with shard search. For those Jade Dragon's Eyes, we'll probably have to rely on someone with some medical supplies. I might suggest Langkai Clinic or the Septian Chapel. They both are known to mix herbal remedies. One or the other should suffice, I would think. And that just leaves the Laoju that Mei Shin was asking for. I'm not positive, but I know a guy who might be able to get his hands on some. Jack maybe? Anyway, let's get out there, find what we can, and keep an eye out for anything suspicious. Yes, sir. So, let's start in the second ward. Yeah.
Heading to the objective.
Do the shard search so we can find the best place to fish up some Krabby Crabs. That seems like our spot. Alright. The cigar shop. We'd probably be able to buy a cigar as a present for Master Bearguard, but I assume that would be it.
Just one more quick smoke. Just one more.
Ooh, this looks like a good fishing spot.
Alright, so for the time being, let's go ahead, fish us up some grub. Oh, we can shard search as we're fishing? Okay, wait for it to... There we go. And we've got so much more fishing gear. Uh-oh, whoops. I still can't help with my skill. There we go.
Yay, I caught one.
Alright, so rainbow trout, rank C. Let's quit for right now. So that's what we want.
Let's go.
Make sure that we pick this spot specifically.
Come on.
It's got the stuff we're after. And we can't shard search like this, but we know we've got the right spot. One of these. Come on. Show us the crab.
Wow, get a load of this rare fish.
Rank B? Oh, I guess canonically Van caught it. Looks like we got ourselves a big one. Not sure what Wuhan's planning to make with it, but he shouldn't have any complaints about a crab this big. I suppose you should move on to the next item then. Hey, did you hear about what happened with Yan Su over at Chaoyan Restaurant? Sure did. Guess he's gonna be competing in the cook-off after all. Seems like trouble follows that guy wherever he goes. Yeah, all the business with the Lai family already had him in a real tizzy, and you know just how weird he can be. For somebody so hard to please, he sure is awkward. Maybe that's what makes his food so good though. So, something's up with Yan Su then. I guess we shall see. So next we're going to go to the Harbor District. Gambit Bar, that's what we want to do. And Long Kai Clinic should be here as well.
What would you like? Come again.
Does he have the... No, okay.
Platter launched.
So wait, what did they say we should? Alright.
Platter launched.
Ow, I should have been paying closer attention.
Go, go, go!
Okay, so the Harbor District up next. Yeah, we're gonna be able to source some good stuff here. But there's part of the investigation, I guess. What's going on here?
Hey, isn't that...
That's one of the Marduk Company's high-speed airships.
Looks like Qasim's in the middle of something.
Alright, Qasim was here. Alright, well, I guess since we're here, if he's at the blue thing, we'll chat him up, but if he's not... Oh, no. This guy wants to play some ball.
Take a look if you want. Thanks.
Okay, we'll come back here for Qasim later.
Let's roll, gang.
For now, we still need to get our stuff. That's the Bracer Guild. Alright. And Long Kai should be here. Yeah, Langport Temple. So we'll go to Langport Temple to get our Jade Dragon's Eye. Go ahead and knock that out right quick. Hand over the goods and nobody gets hurt.
Please, watch over us.
Oh, hello, Aaron. And I believe I've seen the rest of you around before as well. Is something the matter? Well, see, we know a guy that's looking for a type of longan fruit called Jade Dragon's Eye. We know they can be pretty rare, but we were hoping you might be willing to share a few with us, if you have any, that is. Jade Dragon's Eye, you say? Well, yes, we actually do have a few of those. They're quite useful for the church's medicinal mixtures, so we make sure to procure some periodically. Although I hear that supply chain disruptions have been making it difficult to get a hold of them. Yeah, that's why we ended up coming to you for help. Come on, lend me a helping hand! Apparently, Horayan and Newtown won't be able to make their dish or the big cook-off without him. Oh, I had no idea. Well, in that case, let me provide you with as many as you need. See, we can always count on the temple. Obtain Jade Dragon's Eyes. So these are Jade Dragon's Eyes? They're a lot bigger and smoother than your typical longan fruit. You sure you're okay with giving us this many, though? Considering recent events, I would like to do my part to ease everyone's spirits as much as possible. That community-mindedness that everybody's got here. We're extremely grateful for your assistance, sir. I am curious, though. You all have been recruited to help with the contest, yes? Yeah, that's right. Is there something else you think we should know about? Well, it's just that there's this young man named Meng Xiao. This will be his first time competing in the cook-off. Is there something sketch about Meng Xiao that you're wanting to share with us? However, I'm a bit concerned by the throngs of people that suddenly seem so wound up over his food. I mean, when something's that popular, you're bound to have some people who go completely nuts over it. Indeed. In fact, a very passionate fan recommended that I try the dish as well, so I went to go and sample some. Did he think that there was something funny about how it tasted? But when I arrived, I was informed that it only just sold out. I still have yet to try one. Dang, that's some unfortunate timing. Or it might be that he didn't want, that Meng Xiao didn't want the Vicar to taste it. Still, I'm surprised they ran out so suddenly. Meng Xiao made it sound like he had plenty when we were there. In any case, we've been asked to deal with any problems that might pop up during the cook-off. We'll do everything in our power to make sure it goes as smoothly as possible, so try to relax and enjoy yourself. I will, and please let me know if you need help with anything else in the meantime. He's already done more than enough, honestly. So yeah, the plot thickens. Alright, looks like we've got everyone's missing ingredients. We heard a few interesting tidbits of info along the way too. We still don't have the Laoju though. We should probably deliver the ingredients to each of the shops and then head back to Mei Shin's place. We weren't able to find the Laoju she was after, but maybe we can look for it later if we have time. Van and the others, oh, okay. So I guess we weren't so, well, okay. I don't know, I better not lose SP over this. After that, they returned to Mei Shin and told her about everything they learned. I'm so glad I put out that request. I feel much better about putting on the cook-off now. It's all part of the job. There's still some time left before the event is scheduled to start, by the way. I'm sure you must be tired, so you're more than welcome to rest here before we begin. Not a bad idea. Let's hold off.
Welcome to Life.
Is this? I don't know. Us not being able to find that Laoju.
Platter launched.
Yeah, see. But there's nothing showing up on the thing though. Okay. If I lose SP over this, then I'll know that I effed up somewhere. We visited every single place we could, and there was no way for us to get the Laoju. It looks like the participants are filing in. And are those the judges? Yeah, with Mei Shin on both hosting duty and participating, they had to call in some impartial third-party judges. Usually, the judges are the non-participating shop owners, folks from the Chambers of Commerce, you know, stuffy people like that. I guess it's time for the battle to begin. Yeah, there's still a bit before they get started though. I'm actually gonna step away for a minute. I might not be back in time for the opening ceremony, but you guys have a good time without me. Are we gonna go get that Laoju? Huh? I thought you wanted to make sure the competition went smoothly. But I was so excited for us all to watch together. It's no big deal. Just something I wanted to look into real quick. I'll be back as soon as I can. I wonder what's wrong. It's not like it's the first time he's gone off on his own. I'm sure he'll be fine. Indeed. Are we gonna ambush Meng Xiao? While it's unfortunate that we were unable to hold the competition at the Kowloon Hotel as planned, it is Lai Fu Fandian's sincere pleasure to host this year's Great Langport Cook-Off. I'm sure you all must have a lot on your minds given everything that's happened in Langport recently. Van sure is taking his time. I know he said he might not make it back for the opening ceremony, but... Hey, you see that guy in the end over there? Isn't that the head chef from Taoyuan? Yeah, he looks kinda grouchy. I'm surprised they'd send him an invitation given the situation. Maybe that's what Van's looking into right now. But we can worry about that later. Looks like the show's about to get started. Alright, our first contestant is Wuhan from Guihua Fandian, a beloved stop in the Eastern Quarter for travelers and locals alike. Oh, a red crab dish, eh? That's quite an expensive ingredient for a place like Guihua. Well, I thought it might be good to go all out for a change. It's fairly standard Langport style steamed crab. It's a fairly standard Langport style steamed crab dish. It looks really good. Given the quality of the ingredients, I hope you find it to your liking. Yeah. Is this making me hungry? He did a really good job with that red crab. I guess old man Wuhan is capable of some pretty fancy stuff when he puts his mind to it. My, that was quite excellent. You can really taste how fresh the crab is. Still, as excellent as the ingredients may be, I think it's lacking a little something. Yes, if only you had something extra to draw out all the flavors. For my dish, I prepared a stew containing assorted seafood from along the eastern coastline. I call it Pho Tiaodan. The dried goods work together to create a multifaceted soup stock with a harmonious flavor. Oh, I've heard of this soup. I'm told it's exquisite. This does not look as good as the crab, but you know what? I'd still go for some. Impressive. That certainly seems like a dish worthy of Horayan. Yeah, their food draws from elements of Longlai's cuisine and other Far Eastern places. You can tell a lot of care went into making it. Well, I usually prefer my food Langport style. I do get in the mood for stuff like that every now and again. This is fantastic work. Exactly what I'd expect of Horayan. There's a bitterness and an odor to it, not unlike some herbs used in Eastern medicine. That jade dragon's eye. But the way it's blended together in terms of taste and aroma are top class. The most impressive thing is this longan fruit. This is jade dragon's eye, isn't it? It provides an excellent accent to the flavor. So far so good. It looks like you're next, Yantu. I know a lot has happened recently, but I trust you've been doing all right since then? For the most part, yes. Today, I have prepared abalones in a thick glaze. The glaze itself is made from dried shark's fin and edible bird's nest. Isn't shark's fin, like, really unethical to source to get? But you know what? We're not going to worry about that right now. Ah, I commend you for using such high-quality seafood. I should have expected nothing less from the head chef of such a refined establishment. Maybe shark's fin isn't a problem in this world. Let's not think about it too much. That's a live family's restaurant for you. Just rich enough to have bad taste. It seems as though the judges are responding quite favorably to it, though. That was excellent. You certainly made the most of the ingredients. These jokers are paid off. Yes, I agree. It feels like a very tried and true approach. A tried and true approach to something nobody's ever made before? Literally nobody has ever put those kinds of ingredients together before. Next up we have my sister. For today's competition, I prepared a unique free-range chicken dish called bashunji. I'm especially proud of this one. It's chicken steamed with carefully selected wine and spices to help to bring out a lovely aroma. It looks raw. I've heard much about you, Mei Shin. I'm impressed that you've earned the rank of Teiji Chushi at such a young age. I'm looking forward to seeing the skills you developed from your days back at the Kowloon Hotel. Maybe like chicken sashimi. It's finally Mei Shin's turn, but Van's still not back yet. Yeah, he should have at least been here for her presentation. Oh my, this is fantastic! The various fragrances combine with such a delicate taste. And all while preserving the delicious flavor of the chicken itself. It's marvelous work. Wow. For my first cook-off, I'll be entering my renowned Millennium Duck. The seasoning is sure to hook even the most discerning palate. Oh, so this is the dish that's been so popular lately. Let's give it a taste then. It's hard to describe, but it's completely captivating. What, did he put some secret sauce on it? With this flavor and aroma, it's like I can't stop myself. I've never had anything like it. Is this stuff literally crack? That's different. This is the first time I've ever experienced anything like this. How did you prepare such a delightful concoction? Let's just say I put a lot of work into my secret ingredient. I feel completely blindsided. It must be even better than I heard. I just wonder... No way! I mean, his food was good and everything, but don't you think they're exaggerating? It sounds like the winner's been decided already. I'm surprised he managed to reel in all 3 judges instantly at that. Something is not adding up. Hold on a minute. Oh, damn it. Looks like I'm too late. Damn right you are. Where you been, man? The cook-off's almost over. Wait, why is Doc Longkai with you? Okay, so he was putting something fishy in it. I told you I had to look into something, didn't I? It just took a little longer than expected. Look, I hate to do this in the middle of such a big event, but there's a problem with Meng Xiao's cooking. Not only are you interrupting the competition, but now you're trying to slander me? It ain't slander if it's true, bro. It ain't slander. I kept some of the food we bought from you in some containers. I had Dr. Longkai examine some of it for me, and boy, that sure is one hell of a secret ingredient you got there. Indeed, one of the so-called spices we found in this Millennium Duck is luogekao. Luogekao? Luogesao? How do you pronounce that? Is that a real... Okay, if this is not a real thing, then it doesn't really matter. Go ahead and do this. No, it's not a real thing. Whoops, that's my phone dropped. My medical herb compendium lists it as a hallucinogen, one with pleasurable but addictive side effects. So that's why it effed up Fairy's stomach. These days, it's considered to be quite the rarity. I'm curious how you managed to come upon so much of it. Oh yeah. You fed us something that dangerous? What should we do? Are we going to be okay? Fortunately, it's not so toxic as to directly affect the body unless routinely ingested. So, it only would have been a problem if his star item had gone on to star a little too long. It can be counteracted through treatment for most practitioners of Eastern medicine, including myself. There's no need for panic. What would drive someone to basically dose people? But the fact remains that this guy deceived everyone into eating his drugged food. That explains why I felt so weird when I tried it earlier. You bastard. You had to go and pull something like this on top of all the other crap we've been dealing with from Heiyue? How horrible. You're a disgrace to all chefs. No, you don't even deserve to carry that title. But how did he manage to supply himself with so much of such a rare herb? His prices were rather low too. So, that's right! How would I ever have gotten my hands on this stuff in the first place? If you only tested one batch, then who's to say somebody didn't plant it there just to make me look bad? True. I guess it would be pretty difficult for you to gather a stock of something so uncommon. If you were working alone, that is. Was he working with the grouchy one? But what if someone with access to it was working behind the scenes to help you out? See, somebody's been sabotaging the other businesses, and the only places unaffected are your food truck and Taoyuan restaurant. But compared to you, Taoyuan doesn't have much of a motive. I see. Practically everyone in Langport's got their eye on the Lai family right now. Something like this would be the final nail in their coffin. But you, on the other hand, had the perfect motive for getting your hands on those herbs, and for finding someone to get them for you. But why would the Lai family agree to that, to help out some random? Yeah, and to make sure his collaborator wouldn't lose face, he had to be sure that he'd win. That's why he started messing with the other restaurants. That about sum it up, Meng Xiao? I don't know what you're talking about. You're just out to get me. I would never vandalize Horayan or Lai Fu Fandian. I mean... That's odd. I didn't say a thing about anyone being vandalized. You sure seem awfully knowledgeable about it, though. Just give yourself up already. There's no getting out of it now. With this much evidence, we won't even need to get Heiyue involved. Care to tell us about how you procured those herbs? Looks like the jig is up. Oh man, how am I ever gonna explain this to him? Who is him? Who is him? Who is he in concert with? After Van's confrontation, both bracers and police officers arrived on the scene to escort Meng Xiao away. Was it worth all this, dude? Was it really? With his disqualification, the judges at the Great Langport Cook-Off took a moment to reconvene. Well, in spite of that little incident, the judges have now concluded their deliberation. Do we have a verdict on the winner? We do. The dish that shone best and brightest among all those we sampled this evening was obviously the one that Taiji Chushi made. And... oh! Was that of Kuwano, owner of Horayan. Honestly, we were split on whether to choose your dish or Mei Shin's. But the way you draw from Long Lai and other Far Eastern cuisine while still putting a Langport-style spin on it speaks volumes to your technique. I'm touched by your appraisal. I promise I'll do my best to continue working just as hard in the future. I'm not surprised Kuwano managed to take first prize. Well, at least I still managed to come in second. As Meng Xiao's misdeeds were revealed, albeit in a rather unexpected manner, the cooking competition came to a close. The participants, having learned a few new things about their cooking, headed back to their respective businesses. I messed up on not getting that Laoju. Thank you again for all your help with this year's cook-off. Be that as it may, it was only because of you that Meng Xiao was exposed for what he really is. Yeah, and Doc Long Kai said it's a good thing you stopped him when you did. You caught it right before his regular customers would have started getting sick from this stuff. He said they should be fine if they can go without it for about a week, so they have to go ahead and wean themselves off of it. I'm just surprised you even noticed something was off. Like, if we'd gotten the Laoju, then Mei Shin would have won, but I searched everywhere! Alright. I definitely thought it was odd how strongly people were reacting to his food, but I never imagined... Yeah, that was part of it. But the thing that really tipped me off was the fact that he was avoiding serving people with a knowledge of medicine. Remember what Father Ho Sang over at the chapel told us? He said that when he went to give the dish a try, they told him they were fresh out. Yet, when we were there, he made it sound like he had more than enough to go around. He didn't seem the least bit worried about meeting demand. It felt like a pretty unlikely coincidence to me, so I figured I should look into it. Yeah, the timing of that was just a little too perfect. By the way, you mentioned that drug he was using is pretty rare. Ever figure out how we got the stuff? I accessed our databases, but I haven't been able to determine a possible access channel. According to the police, even Meng Xiao didn't know much about his collaborator's origin. Oh, okay. So I'm sure this is going to roll into another 4SPG. So in other words, he was probably being used. The only question is, what would somebody have to gain from having a cook feed hallucinogens to the general public? You said it. The only thing I can think of is that they were using it as some sort of test. Maybe it was to see how far they could push the law while still keeping under the radar. Ugh, looks like the jig is up. Van? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Anyway, I think that ought to take care of your request for now. We've got other business to attend to, so we'll catch you later. Of course. I'm so glad I turned to you for help. Please feel free to stop by any time.
Well done, everyone.
Reward deposited.
No additional SP. Yeah. Hold on, I definitely messed something up. Let me go ahead and get this. Oh, can we buy the...
What can I get for you?
We can buy the Bashunji she made.
What can I get for you?
Let me go ahead and actually get this. Let me find this Laoju. Hold on. Alright, so I should have done a bit more walking around. This guy, I don't know if he had a green exclamation point before we were able to turn everything else in, but I banked on them bringing up the Laoju during the competition and I was wrong. So let's get Mei Xin her win. Hey Jigen, mind if I ask you for a little favor? Of course. What's going on this time, Van? Looking into some kind of antique? Sort of. Actually, it's got something to do with your hobby. You've always had a thing for vintage wines, right? I think this was the guy who was an alcoholic but was hiding it from his wife. Oh, I get it now. Guess it wouldn't be too surprising for him to have a bottle lying around. We're looking for Tiang Feng Quan. It's from a brewery that closed down a while back. You know it? Whoa, hold on there. That's what you're looking for? You're kidding. So you do have it? Well, it wouldn't do me any good to lie about it. Yeah, I've actually got 3 bottles. Well, hey, go ahead and give us one for the free and easy. The only thing is, I bought them for myself. Wasn't exactly planning on selling them off. Aw, come on, man. If you've got 3, why not suck it up and sell us one? I didn't buy 3 because I was planning to sell any. One was to drink, one was to keep in storage. And the last was one was for spreading the good word. Okay, so the last one he's gonna give us for free. I'm gonna be real with you here for a minute. I love cake, but even I don't buy extra for storing and proselytizing. Be honest, man. If you knew they wouldn't go bad, you totally would. Anyway, if you've got one for spreading the word, then this seems like a pretty good opportunity, don't you think? Come on, share the love, buddy. What do you mean? You see, the Great Langport Cook-Off is coming up, and Mei Xin wants that wine to use for her entry. If she wins using your spare Tiang Feng Quan, there might be a whole new run on this stuff. I hadn't thought about that. You reinvigorate public interest in the brewery for it that closed down would have enough people wanting more back for them to come back. That's actually pretty genius. That's true. If there's enough good publicity, maybe someone might consider investing in rebuilding the brewery. I see. I hadn't thought of it that way. Alright, you lot have convinced me. But I'm still a businessman. I insist on being paid appropriately for it. What about spreading the good word? Mei Xin already gave us the okay to put it on her tab, so just charge it to her, okay? Obtain Tiang Feng Quan. There we go, now we can get her due. Sounds good. Give Mei Xin my best. It'll be worth it if I get some good buzz from my store. Well, that part's out of our hands. Thanks for the bottle, though. 1 SP, there it is. Okay, so yes, the game, I do respect that. Falcom didn't spoon feed us this one. And I paid the price for it the first time around.
Off we go.
But now we can go right back to Laifu Fandian. I'm assuming most of this is going to be the same, but we'll be able to give her the bottle. Hold on. Let me save it, because we're not... Why aren't we mentioning the bottle to her? So let's talk to her this time and see if before Van moseys off, we give her the bottle. Yeah. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's your Laoju. That's the Tianfen Quan! I can't believe you managed to find some! We did, this time. Well, I had a few connections. He wasn't able to give it to me for free, though, so I hope you don't mind that I asked him to send the bill your way. Not at all. This'll be just what my dish needs. You hyped it up so much, I'm sure I won't disappoint. Sounds like we've got plenty to look forward to, at least. Anyway, let's wait here until it's time for the event to start. Alright, so now, most of this I'm sure is going to be the same. Alright, next up we have my sister. For today's competition, I prepared a unique free-range chicken dish called Bashungji. I wonder if the item... We're probably going to get a souped-up version of Bashungji after this. I'm especially proud of this one. It's chicken steamed with carefully selected wine and spices that help to bring out a lovely aroma. I've heard much about you, Mei-Shin. I'm impressed that you've earned the rank of Teiji Chushi at such a young age. I'm looking forward to seeing the skills you develop from your days back at Kowloon Hotel. And? It's finally Mei-Shin's turn, but Van's still not back yet. Yeah, he should have at least been here for her presentation. Especially considering she's using the Laoju we obtained for her. Oh my, this is fantastic! The various fragrances combined with such a delicate taste. And all while preserving the delicious flavor of the chicken itself. It's marvelous work. That's certainly not all. I can tell there's something special about the wine you simmered the chicken in. It takes the bird's light flavors and colors it with spices, resulting in a superb balance. Finding the right wine to produce such a near-perfect dish must have been next to impossible. We did definitely screw it up the first time around, so he ain't wrong. Yes, I was confident that it would all come together if I used Tianfen Quan. They're probably going to react with exclamation points. No, they're not. That famous wine. I see. Now I understand why the taste was so familiar. It makes it all the more regrettable that the brewery closed down some time ago. Yes, I would love to see it make a resurgence someday. Good job, sis! Or great job, sis! Let me not downplay her. The dish that shone best and brightest among all those we sampled this evening was that of Laifu Fandian's very own Mei-Shin. Alright! Really? I'm honored! Way to go, Mei-Shin! In the end, we decided it was your use of the Laoju that truly won us over. Right. I was like, I knew I'd messed up when Kuwano won. No shade to him. But the Teiji Chushi, the only one who's achieved the highest rank you can in Eastern cuisine, should obviously be the winner. Thank you so much. I promise to keep aiming for even greater heights. That's what my father would have wanted. Who would have thought that wine would end up being the deciding factor? I guess it was worth the effort after all. As Meng Xiao's misdeeds were revealed, albeit in a rather unexpected manner, the cooking competition came to a close. Alright. We should get our additional SP now. Thank you again for all your help with this year's cook-off. Although, I feel like the only reason I won was because you were able to find me that Tianfen Quan. Yes, that is the only reason you won, actually. Nah, that was just the last little push to put you over the edge. No, it's the only reason she won. Even without the wine, you've been getting nothing but rave reviews. Your skill's the real deal. Be that as it may, it was only because of you that Meng Xiao was exposed for what he really is. Yeah, and Doc Longkai said it's a good thing you stopped him when you did. Alright, and so that's the same thing. Yeah. Alright, well that's fine. And we haven't figured out how he got this stuff just yet. So this is definitely going to be an ongoing thing. Yeah, the jig is up.
Well done, everyone.
Reward deposited.
I only got one additional SP off of that. So I feel like I might still have effed something up. But I checked everywhere. There's nowhere else for us to have gone. Oh well. So let's go ahead and go to the Eastern Theater, which is, it's not there. Yeah, Main Street. So let's help a buddy out. Are you the Minho that sent out the 4 SPG request? I see you've got Hyren with you too. Thank you for coming, Spriggan. Yes, I'm Minho with Red Star. And you've brought Aaron along. That's very encouraging. Hell yeah, man. With me on board, it's always smooth sailing. Anyway, what's this I hear about the dragon chariot going missing? It was over in the main plaza up till yesterday, wasn't it? I have a question actually. What exactly is a dragon chariot? Oh, right. I suppose if you're not from Langport, you probably wouldn't be too familiar with it. It's a yearly tradition, kind of a symbolic thing. Every year, the most influential people in Heiyue invest large sums of mirror into prepping a high-class luxury car to put on display. So it's a group effort show-off? Then they show it off at the Lunar New Year Festival to impress anyone with eyes. It's to make sure everyone knows how rich and powerful Heiyue is. Here in the old days, they used to do it with boats and ox carts. Ever since Red Star came around though, luxury orbital cars have been the staple. So there are other dragon chariots then from years past. After the festival, it gets toured around to every location you can think of before eventually being auctioned off. Yeah, so there's rich people out there with old dragon chariots. Auctioned off? Then I suppose the Eastern Theater serves as the auction house? That's correct. In fact, the dragon chariot was supposed to be brought into the theater today. We were actually just having a meeting about it. Unfortunately, just as we were getting ready to proceed, it disappeared. If we don't do something, our company will be out a huge investment, and that's not even to mention how much it'll inconvenience our partners in Heiyue. Is there any way we can enlist your services to help retrieve the dragon chariot? Well, what do you say, old man? Let's see. But of course, it's gonna up our law and our gray, so this is gonna put us over on law for sure. Alright, we'll take the case. Heiyue's not really in a place to deal with this right now, and I've had my fair share of experience with stuff like this. Besides, as a casual fan of orbital cars myself, I want to see whoever stole that beauty brought to justice. Casual, right. He pimps his own rides. Casual fan, he says. But I'm with you. We can't just let some 2-bit thieves get away with something like this. I appreciate your support. To be honest, I was pretty worried you might not take the job. Nah, we take all comers. It's an incredibly expensive vehicle after all. If you don't manage to get it back, Red Star will be at a huge financial loss. This may not be relevant to the investigation, but exactly how much is the Dragon Chariot worth? I'm going to guess 5 million Mira. Let's see. The chassis base is one of Red Star's more pricey models, the Nexus 3. And then you've got the embossing work from a first-class professional, the pure gold ornamental pieces, the gold outer coating. The manufacturing costs alone would be 30 million Mira, so I was over 6 times off. Ooh, 30 million Mira! I can't believe someone would pay so much for a single car. The cost is the point. And when it comes time to auction, the highest bidding price usually goes well beyond the original value. Yeah, if the base price starts at 30 million, there's no doubt that thieves will be able to make a rather significant profit from it. Yeah, even if you're just boosting it for part of the price, you could get 5 mil for it. A very nice, the final come up you'd ever need. The final payday you'd ever need. I imagine they mean to use the money to fund their criminal activities. From a risk management perspective, this case seems absolutely critical. Because if you have one successful thievery of the Dragon Chariot, it emboldens people in the future to try it again. Alright, first things first. I need you two to tell me all the details about how the car was being transported to the theater. Any moments you can think of where the car could have been stolen? I'm just not realizing, like, normally we go through why the police and the bracers can't handle this. But if the Dragon Chariot is a yearly tradition, are we just taking it for granted that the involvement of Heiyue's money is why they're coming to a Spriggan instead of us? Or coming to a Spriggan instead of the bracers or the cops? We're not even glossing over, we're not even paying lip service to the fact that somebody else should be handling it this time. Yes, you see, the Red Star crew started moving it into the theater around 5 hours ago. They finished about 4 hours ago, after which everyone decided to leave. That's a very long stretch of time, 4 hours with no supervision for this thing? Unfortunately, right around that time, there was one issue that cropped up. It prevented us from being able to keep a proper eye on the chariot. Oh, what happened? As soon as they started bringing the car in, the revenue service decided to show up for an audit. Well, there are guys. We were so busy dealing with them, there was no time for anything else. It seemed like they took forever, too. The auditors only left a few minutes ago. You're telling me that the revenue service has been here for 4 hours? Them jokers must have been combing every nook and cranny, if they weren't very obviously our culprits. An audit from the revenue service, huh? So, that's how it all ties together. And right after Fan Lu just got arrested on false charges of tax evasion. Right, they were like, this setup is so nice, let's use it twice. It makes sense that other businessmen would start being suspected of fraud too. But you gotta admit, the timing's pretty suspicious. Yes, it's hard to believe it's a coincidence. Either the criminal knew the revenue service's exact schedule, or perhaps... I'm ashamed at our lack of vigilance, but because there were so many crew members on hand, we assumed everything would be fine. Perhaps some of them noticed something we didn't? Don't you think you should have given them more clear instructions? You guys were the ones in charge, after all. Well, either way, it wouldn't be a bad idea to ask around inside the theater. We just need to take it slow and trace their path, step by step. Let's get to it.
Commencing mission.
Alright, so let's go ahead, get in there, see what we can see, find out what we can find out. Who looks suspicious? You look like you've got the Dragon Chariot hidden somewhere. Give it up. Sup, Fuka? Sorry to bug you. Aaron? What can I do for you? Actually, those people with you, aren't they? Yeah, we just have a few questions we'd like to ask you. You heard about the Dragon Chariot being stolen, right? Yes, I have. In fact, I even gave them a bit of a hand when they were bringing it in. But I'm sorry, I really don't have any idea when it was taken. Even the smallest detail you can remember might help us. Did you notice if anything felt off at the time? I think I might have been a bit paranoid, but I guess there was one thing. About 3 hours ago, someone from Red Star came back to the theater with a big truck. I assumed it was just some additional servicing that needed to be done, but I was so busy at the time I wasn't able to pay them much attention. So what, they towed it in broad daylight? That certainly does sound strange. Oh, this must have been like a box truck or something. According to Minho, the crew started leaving the theater about 4 hours ago. Even if they had forgotten to take care of something, it would be unusual to send a single person without informing anyone beforehand. and Minho had his hands full with the revenue service right after the actual Red Star crew left. That would have been the best time to get the car out without anyone noticing. Yeah, and I'm betting that Red Star guy she saw was a fake. If he played the part well enough, nobody would even blink an eye if he stole the car. Exactly, show up, act like you belong, and you'd be surprised what you can get away with. I'm so sorry. If I had paid more attention, this wouldn't have happened. Nah, it's not your fault, Fuka. Still, don't you think a truck big enough to haul the dragon chariot would stand down in a place like Langport? It'd take quite a while to find a place to hide it. Maybe someone involved in transporting goods might know something. Now that I think about it, that delivery guy, Anthony, runs mail all over Newtown. He's probably got a few contacts in the shipping industry. Wouldn't be surprised if he knows something. Let's get going then! And so, I'm assuming Anthony might be in the Harbor District? Yeah. Nobody else here for us to chat up? Oh no, he's in Newtown.
On my way.
Aaron literally just said that. Alright. So that he's on the walk up to the Bracer Guild. Or the walk down to it? Yes. Alright, Anthony, what you got for us?
Let me ask you something.
Alright, man. We need your help here. A truck carrying heavy cargo, huh? Well, I mean, Langport is a harbor city. It's not really unusual to see trucks that big every now and then. But actually, now that I think about it, I do remember seeing a large Red Star truck headed for the Harbor District around the time you mentioned. And you haven't noticed any changes in the area lately, have you? Any workers you haven't seen before renting out storage space or boats? Nah, I can't say that I have. Oh, but maybe... Something jogged your memory? Well, you remember that warehouse where there was a murder about half a year ago? We do indeed. After that happened, most people around here didn't want a thing to do with it. Understandable. There's a lot of people who believe in things like hauntings and stuff like that, and a lot more people who really just don't want to be around secluded murder scenes. But just recently, one of my clients, a guy named Laihong, said his company decided to start renting it. Okay, I guess Laihong's our guy. Heard they stopped using it though. Was wondering if maybe something had happened. Oh, that warehouse! Guess it makes sense people will be avoiding the place. The fact that somebody wanted to rent it at all smells pretty fishy to me. And also, it's also more than big enough to hide not just the car, but the truck carrying it too. Looks like the harbor's our only lead right now. Let's go see what we can find. Man, of all the places, why'd it have to be there? Let's go ahead and hit it up.
On my way.
We'll pass up our buddy Qasim just once more. Because we've got business back here. Is that Laihong? Yep. I wonder what happened. Is he not able to get inside? Are you Laihong? We heard you're the guy that's renting this place out. Yes, that's me. Is there something I can help you with? We're in the middle of an investigation, and this warehouse came up as a spot of interest. We were told that you had to stop using this one in particular. Is that correct? Yes, that's right. My understanding is that they found some kind of issue related to last year's incident. Oh, maybe Laihong isn't in on it then. Maybe somebody just fed him a friggin' line. Yesterday, someone from the security company that oversees the harbor showed up and said they'd be taking it over temporarily. Yeah, that's our guy. And yet? Did something else happen? Well, I came by here just a minute ago to take a look, and it seems like somebody else has been making use of it. That shouldn't happen if the security company is keeping an lock and key, though. Yeah, because they're not. That is pretty suspicious. I'd hate to ask, but would you mind letting us take a peek? That's fine. To be honest, I was just sitting here wondering whether I should take a look myself. If we could learn something from it, I don't see the harm. So, let's go ahead and get our guys. Ha! I knew it! I'm guessing that's not your company's truck, right? Definitely not. Who in the world brought this thing in here? What's that security company up to? We're about to find out. Let's hope the dragon chariot is still in there. Having found a suspicious truck inside the warehouse, Van and the others quickly proceeded to check its cargo. They've had plenty of time to move it though, so... Unfortunately, the delivery bed was completely empty, but they would have still had to transport it inside of something though. Well, that's about what I expected. This must have just been a temporary storage location for them along the way. They probably realized how likely it was for the police to check the warehouse. They picked this location as a decoy. I just attempted to access the server of the security firm that controls this area. However, there's no record of any new issues being found with this particular warehouse, nor is there a record of them taking temporary custody over it. So, the guy was lied to. It seems likely that the security personnel that informed you of the supposed issue was an imposter. I can't believe they managed to pull one over on me with such a simple disguise. I feel so foolish. Well, a lot of social engineering is just throwing on a safety vest and a clipboard and then talking big to people who just assume you're supposed to be there. Oh, kind of sounds like something about him stood out to you. Well, you see, I couldn't help but notice his hair was a rather striking shade of green. Gave me a bit of a startle, honestly. Does that stand out? I thought wild hair colors were just the norm in this world. Green hair, huh? That means he'll stand out in a crowd. Okay. Sure. Why not? At any rate, it looks like the thief brought the chariot to the harbor in this truck and then transferred it to some other vehicle. Whether it was another truck or a boat remains to be seen though. Let's ask around and see if we can pick up their trail. Yeah, fairy.
Ooh, a treasure chest!
Green hair certainly would stand out. Oh, check this out. Dude, we were about to walk right past this. But purple hair, red hair, blue hair, cyan hair, nothing crazy about that. Go ahead and get us our SP.
That's a good lock. Now no sweat.
So should I?
That's a good lock.
Uh-oh.
Now do me a solid and I bypass the security.
What if this is like takes longer to get through and I just played myself?
Conducting search.
Alright, just go this way. Ooh, just barely. Alright.
This is kid stuff.
We're almost done for. Whoo! Nope, we made it.
I've got control of the system.
Well, alright then. Quintet with Earth, Water, Fire, and Wind arts and 2 SP. Yeah, I'm not feeling too confident about how good we did in the other thing, but alright. So is this? Yeah, looks like this is our buddy boy.
Let me ask you something.
Tell us what you know. Suspicious heavy cargo, huh? No, I haven't taken on anything like that myself. Well, of course you wouldn't think it was suspicious. Well, actually, it might not be related, but this morning, someone I've never seen before came in to charter a boat. Oh yeah. Mind telling us what they looked like? What type of boat did they rent? Well, they were a man, a middle-aged Navy type with a little bit of a beard. I think he said he was an officer? No, a lieutenant colonel. I thought it was a bit odd for someone from the Navy to be renting a civilian boat, but I didn't really think much of it. I mean, we get all kinds. Still, it's not every day you see people renting an orbital sail with a small barge attached, and on that small barge will be our pay dirt. An orbital sail, those are vessels with orbital engines that propel them more easily than a regular sailboat. Sure, why not? Those engines are only auxiliary though, as they don't provide much in the way of horsepower. That being said, if the barge is small enough to carry a single vehicle, the engine may just be sufficient enough to tow it. This Navy guy sounds like he's our target. Did the boat already leave? Yes, I'd barely taken my eyes off them for a second before they were gone. It sounds like there's more going on here than I thought. Should I not have rented out the equipment? Nah, you're fine. You gave us a very important lead. Nah, you've got nothing to worry about. Anyway, I think we've got a pretty good idea of the scale of this scheme now. Yeah, this dude is lying to everybody and hopping all over Langport. Let's find a place where we can sort through everything we've learned so far. We didn't ask if the guy had green hair, though. At least now we know the entire sequence of events. So, to sum it up, we have people believed to be the culprits bringing a truck to the theater, moving it to the warehouse, and then renting a boat with a barge. At every location, they were disguised to look like someone who could feasibly have business there. But we were given two descriptions, a young guy with green hair just like a security guard, and a middle-aged Navy officer. Oh, that's why I'm not a Spriggan. I forget very obvious details instantly. We don't know what the guy pretending to be a Red Star employee looked like, but do you think they were all different people in disguise? They might have been using super shards or something like that to change their appearance. You never know, that might be a thing. I have heard there's a phantom thief capable of mimicking the likeness of various people, and by himself no less. Right, but that particular phantom thief hasn't shown up in a very long while, and I doubt we're going to be seeing that particular phantom thief because that will be stepping on Grimcat's toes too much. Although he seems to be an isolated case, we should be careful not to discount the possibility that this is the work of a single individual. That's true. The job was done by multiple culprits. The job was done by a single culprit. I'm going to... God dang it. I really don't know. This is a coin flip. We have no description for one person, two conflicting descriptions for the other. Let's go with multiple. I've got a feeling we're dealing with multiple culprits here. I mean, if it really was just one guy, there wouldn't be any point in making it all so complicated, right? They were probably only handing off the car to one another in disguise so they would be harder to track down. Makes sense to me. So, who's behind it? You've figured everything out already, haven't you? Well, the first people who come to mind are... one of Red Star's rivals? Etswas? Nope, I already effed it up. Etswas might have a grudge against Red Star, considering the patent issues they had a while back. But with their last president getting arrested and them still trying to get back on their feet, I doubt they'd be willing to go that far. I'm thinking it might just be a small group of amateur thieves. If a bigger organization was involved, they would have put together a plan with a higher chance of success. These guys prepped the warehouse and boat right before committing the crime, which makes me think there wasn't a whole lot of brain power involved. I mean, regardless of speculation though, they did still manage to get away with it. Wait, we think they've already skedaddled with it? Okay, well, I thought we would have been able to find them like actually on the wharf. I agree. Looking at their plan, it seems a bit rushed and simplistic. It was put together very haphazardly. They seem to have only succeeded by being well coordinated and light on their feet. I must say, it also seems unlikely that the visit from the Revenue Service had anything to do with them. Oh, they just happened to get really lucky with the timing? Wow. Adios must really love them. Yeah, that was a little too convenient for my liking, but it's probably not as relevant as we thought. Let's go back over what we know about these guys again. They're capable of rudimentary disguise, trust each other, operate as a small unit, and work fast. You guys also remember a certain threesome that fit that bill? Those freaking brothers from Tharbad. Oh! You mean those guys we dealt with in Tharbad last year? Yeah. The Devonsey brothers. This incident certainly does seem to fit their MO. Well, and according to a recent search, it seems they managed to break out of jail just a few weeks ago, and they immediately went back to crime? These guys just don't know when to quit. It's still unclear how they escaped, but it's likely they had outside assistance. So maybe whoever helped Meng Xiao also got them in on this? Well, that settles that. All we gotta do now is hunt them down. You know where they went, don't you? Yeah, they must have taken the dragon chariot to an offshore smuggling vessel. The eroded cave, right? Oh, if they rented an orbital sail and a barge, their destination can't be too far from the harbor. But the water levels around the eroded cave change pretty frequently, and the topography around there ain't exactly conducive to driving. Heilong Chengjai. Most people tend to keep their distance from the place, but it's just close enough to get to with an orbital sail. Shit, that's the last place I wanted to go. Makes sense though. There's a reason Almada used it for their hideout. It practically screams, hey, hide your stolen shit here, dude. But what do you think they're doing with it all the way over there? If they wanted to sell it off, they'd have to load it up again and take it somewhere else, wouldn't they? Or maybe they could just hand it off to the buyer there. That's why I thought Heilong Chengjai gave off more of a stench than the eroded cave. It's not easy to tell just by looking at a map. But on the east side of Heilong Chengjai, there's a small path that links back up to the main highway. That was originally like a major source of mining for, it was a major source of mining for Langport, so it makes sense that it would connect back to a main highway at some point. There is? I mean, the place was used for mining after all. It makes sense that they'd have a few roads for transportation. Gotta be long abandoned by now, though. If they disguise the dragon chariot somehow while they have it on Heilong Chengjai, they would have no issue taking it to land from there. That's pretty much the long and short of it, yeah. Damn, they sure picked a hell of a target right after getting out of the slammer. Exactly. They took go big or go home, literally. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get our asses over to Heilong Chengjai. Show over at the Eastern Quarters Wharf should be able to hook us up with a boat. Not before I fix this up. Yeah, 1 SP. We're not about to let that rock. And this is making me feel a little antsier about effing up on the food request, but maybe that's okay. Hold on 1 second. 2 SP. There we go. Exactly what the doctor ordered. So now we head up to the first ward. The Gambit Bar is closer to the wharf. And let us see. All right, buddy. Go to Heilong Chengjai. Yeah, I'm sure he's got a lot to say, but Van and the others, in an effort to track down the dragon chariot, decided to once again travel to Heilong Chengjai. Soon thereafter... Whoa! Look at that, guys! We found him. An orbital sail and a barge. I knew it. It would seem to be just as you surmised, Mr. Arkride. They probably haven't taken the chariot too far. I bet we'll find them pretty close by. Not gonna make us run the whole dungeon again. Let's be careful going forward. Alright. So this place... We had Elaine with us last time we came up here. Before she joined us proper. Oh, they're right there. Ooh. Okay, that car is ugly, but you know what? It's not supposed to look good. It's supposed to be expensive. And it sure does look expensive. Nice work out there, brothers. If we manage to get this thing's bits and bobs on the black market, our mirror woes will be ancient history. Before you know it, we'll be out of Calvert and making a name for ourselves in a whole new part of the world. We could never have done it without your foolproof plans, big bro. Who else would have thought to get somebody to meddle with the revenue service? Nobody, that's who. Alright, that's enough praise for me. Besides, you guys played your parts to a T as well. I must say, your disguises have gotten pretty convincing lately. Still, I think one of us really ought to consider changing his hair color next time. Hey, the hair's what makes me me. No way I'm getting rid of it anytime soon. Well, whatever. We should be proud of this one, boys. The bonds of brotherhood have secured us yet another victory. Or they would have. What say we crack open a bottle and have a toast? We deserve a little reward, don't you think? We can always just slip out the abandoned pathway tomorrow. Well, ain't that sweet? Brotherly love sure is a beautiful thing, right, Van? No doubt about that. And they even let us listen in on their little plan. Nice group of guys, I gotta say. Too bad that's about all the time you're gonna get to celebrate, though. Hope you losers are ready to be back behind bars. If your bonds run so deep, then why not put all that energy into something that actually helps others for once? I'm afraid we have you cornered, Devonsey Brothers. Wait, what? Wasn't Devonsey Brothers just... I'm not gonna worry about it. Turn yourselves in and we promise to do you no harm. Nope, we gotta fight. What are you doing here? Actually, haven't I seen you somewhere before? Yeah, we're the guys who got you thrown away last year. They're the guys that foiled our plans back in Tharbad. The Spriggan. Ugh, why did it have to be you again? Hey, we're not all that thrilled to run into you crooks either. You boys are at the end of your rope. And speaking of rope, how about you stand still so we can tie you three up? What, you really think we're just gonna back down now? You've meddled in our plans for the last time, Spriggan. You're toast. Don't go getting all cocky just because you took us down once before. We'll give you a real run for your money this time. With me, brothers! I mean...
Destroy them! You're freaking dead!
Fine, let's play.
You gotta hand it to them. They certainly think they've got it.
Perfect chance.
Boost plus.
A boost would work here.
Let's have her... Ifrit raid. I don't remember her having that.
Flames, give us strength. Here goes. It's the end of the line. You're finished. Take this. Rampage.
Boost gauge limit.
Holy crap! Almost one and done to him, and this burn might be it.
Bring it on.
Did he not? I must have just missed the burn tick, but... So let's do... Get this coin bullets going.
Seriously?
He's gonna try to Tira himself. I can already feel it. Get out of here with that BS, buddy. Well, too easy. Ugh, I can't believe we lost to these bastards again. I swear on my soul, this won't be the last you hear of the Devonsey brothers. Yeah, we always bounce back. Just you wait until we get out of prison. Jeez. You'll get what's coming to you eventually. You're gonna live to regret ever messing with us, Spriggan. They just don't know when to quit. Or maybe you guys can just learn your lesson and stop thieving already. You can act tough all you like, but that's about the least scary thing I've heard all week. Well, that takes care of these idiots. Now I'm just worried about the car. Is it okay? It would seem so. Nothing more than a few minor abrasions. I think we can return it to our client as is. At least the barge will make getting it back to Langport a little easier. Right! Let's bring it back to the theater! Huh? What's wrong, Van? Does Van see a little payday in this for us? I'm just remembering something they mentioned earlier. Like hell you're gonna get any more out of me. You guys said something about getting somebody to meddle with the revenue service, didn't you? They did mention that, right? So the auditing was part of your little heist after all. Oh yeah! The timing was certainly suspect. Oh, is that all? Fine. If you want to know who our partner in crime is, I'll tell you. The truth is, I don't actually know their name. I believe it. I believe him. It might be that little girl. No, she would not be able to pass as a member of the revenue service. What? I thought you guys were all buddy-buddy. And here I was thinking you had connections to some big hotshot. Well, I guess I don't mind spilling a few secrets. See, we got word from someone using a pseudonym that they wanted to help us out. Please tell me it's not C. Their only condition was that we had to cause some kind of an uproar in Langport, and it had to be today. Said they'd even lay all the groundwork. So this probably is the same person who got Meng Xiao. Wow, you sure know how to pick 'em. Look at you using strangers to your advantage. Nice going, bro. I will say, I do like their rapport with each other. You can feel it. They really do love each other. What is with these guys? For real, you'd think they'd be more angry about the whole being used as pawns thing. So, someone's been trying to stir things up in Langport. Bet it's whoever's betrayed the Liu family. It makes sense if they were the ones pulling the strings here too. Anyway, before we return the dragon chariot, we'd better decide what we're gonna do with these guys. It would probably just put even more stress on Heiyue if we tried to push him off on him. So let's try and come up with something else. Let's see. Who should we turn them over to? So the guild is law, the police is gray, the Marduk company is chaos. We're going to go ahead and pick... Let's go for the police. Let's let the police handle this one. They're already escaped convicts. Might as well put them back where they belong. Too bad there's not a bounty on them like there was the last time. But are you sure trusting the Langport police right now is the best call? Considering the recent arrest of Fan Lu, Aaron makes a valid point. Okay, that's why the police are in the gray area. It's possible that whoever's pulled the strings to cause this infighting in Heiyue may have a plant in the police department. Yeah, to be honest, that gave me a little pause too. Still, I doubt they're so corrupt that they'd let 3 escapees with criminal records off the hook. Plus, this is more the police's territory than the guild's anyway. I see what you mean. I'm still a little worried, but maybe the police really are the best choice. And so, thanks to Van and crew, the Devonsey brothers were captured once again. With the case now closed, the Dragon Chariot was soon returned to the theater where it would await its new owner. Alright, so that's all we really were after. Oh, Vance. Thank you so much for all you've done. I'm so glad we were able to get the chariot back in one piece. We don't need to worry about Red Star's reputation taking a plummet either. Yes, now that we have the car back, tonight's auction should be able to proceed as planned. Thank you all. I hope you know how truly grateful we are. It was no biggie. I just did what any fellow car lover would do. Don't you think it's time you got a new hobby, old man? I'm real glad it all worked out. I'm sure this car means a lot to the people of Langport. It does indeed. In times like these, that's all the more reason for us to upkeep the tradition. Hopefully it'll help us bring back a sense of normalcy. We'll make sure the reward is posted to your account right away. Thank you again for all you've done. Sure thing. It was no sweat. Just remember to keep your eyes peeled in the future, yeah? Don't want anyone getting the drop on you again.
That's a wrap.
Reward deposited.
And so, this should finally put us over for law. No. Okay. Well, it would have if I'd picked the guild, but you know what? That's fine. We're still very early in. We got plenty of time. In fact, this ruckus over at Newtown might actually give us this last bit of law that we're needing. Well, not really a ruckus. We're just helping out Xiaoling. And I think Xiaoling was the same bracer who we did the exhibition with. Yeah. So you've come, Spriggan. Well, if it isn't the little girlie from the Gekka school. I hear that your big brother's here in Langport. Lilian, right? Thought he was trying to put some space between himself and home. If memory serves, he was working at a department store in Edith. You said you wanted to have a bout with him while he's here. Hasn't it been a while since you've seen each other? this is the only way he'll listen to me, I'll need your help to get it done. That's why I'm challenging him to a bout. Ideally, I'd like to pair with one of you for it. Van, obviously. A fight between siblings? Maybe ask why you would do such a thing? My brother is next in line to take over as the head of the Gekka school. And yet, he's run off to the capital. I'd like to convince him to return home. The Gekka school's dojo? That's over in the 2nd ward. You don't agree with what he's decided to do, so you want to fight him, win, and force him to take on his responsibilities. Is that it? Not exactly a complicated plan. And complicated is kind of our thing, you know? He seems pretty satisfied with his life in Edith. Why not just let him be? Yeah, kind of foisting this on him when he doesn't want it kind of seems like it seems like more we'd be helping him. I understand the path he's chosen, but we were born to the main house of the Gekka school. As a family with deep roots here in Langport, we have a duty to our heritage. Well, I get all that, but why can't you just fight him one-on-one? Are Gekka bouts done 2-on-2? Because I want him to take the fight seriously, which I know he won't do if it's just me. That's why I'd like to duel him in a pair. If he has to deal with more than one opponent, he'll have no choice but to fight in earnest. I guess I can see your point. Spriggan, please, help me. And that law we're missing. All right. Yeah, I got it. We'll help you out. We know you guys pretty well after all. Thank you. I really appreciate this. Alright, in that case, I'll pair up with you, Xiaoling. Been a while since I've sparred with Li Lian. Wonder if he's got any new tricks. That does mean you'll be going up against both Van and your brother, though. That okay with you, B-Rank? What's that supposed to mean, brat? Mr. Wei, did you attend Xiaoling's dojo as a child? I feel like if Aaron... Have we commented on Aaron's fighting style before? I don't know. I don't remember Van saying he had any Gekka style to him. Yeah, I mostly just went there to play when I was a kid, but Lilian helped train me sometimes too. He used to be a real hard ass though, but I think I prefer that over the whole lazy bit he's been pulling lately. Back then, everyone in the dojo wanted to be just like him. The nostalgia. But now's not the time to be getting sentimental. Let's head over to the dojo.
You have my support, Mr. Arkride.
Let's go ahead and beat some sense into him. Just like before, we'll be taking ourselves a nice little save. And now let's go ahead and see what's going on over in the 2nd Ward's dojo.
Heading to the objective.
Sauna effects. Right, and I have to remember, gotta take ourselves a nice little sauna break. Ooh. The Gekka school uniforms are the same color as the Calvardian military uniforms. Well, if it isn't Van, you're a ways away from Edith, friend. I'm surprised you knew I was... yes. My little sister. I'm sure this'll be exciting. Brother. Brother, I demand we have a duel. Your skills have withered in your self-exile. As your family, it's my duty to beat you back into shape. Well, that's no way to greet your brother, Xiaoling. Right on the steps of the dojo, no less. Actually, I'll have you know that I came here of my own volition to renew my sense of purpose. Aho! He was having second thoughts about leaving it all behind then. Like I believe that. You're just snooping around because Baba is out. Saw right through me, huh? Sorry about my little sister trying to drag you into this mess, Van. Look, Xiaoling, I'm just a pharmacist now. I've already decided to leave the way of martial arts to you. Is this the guy who sells the medicine at the Edith department store? I thought he had green hair. I guess this must be him. I only came back here on a whim. Hey, would you guys mind escorting her home? Brother. Stop treating her like a child. She came here to talk to you about something serious. Don't you think you're being rude? She may be your little sister, but she still deserves your respect. Oh, saying the stuff she wishes she could say to Kasim, I guess. You can at least hear what she has to say. I guess you're right. Fairy, thank you. Lilian, I've never given up on my dream of bringing you back to the dojo. So, if I win our duel, promise me that my dream will come true. In return, if I lose, I'll resign from my position as a bracer. Is it that serious? There were no stakes to any of this until she said all of that. Hey, hold on a second. You would go that far? I see. You're very determined, aren't you, Xiaoling? After all, you even brought the Spriggan along. Which means you knew I wouldn't go along with this otherwise. I take it you understand my resolve then. Now, he's obviously not going to say yes. However, I cannot accept those terms. Right! Why does he want, why would he acquiesce to both of their lives being decided on a fight? I'm assuming you planned on me pairing up with Van? Someone from another school in a battle to decide who succeeds the Gekka? You see where I'm going with this, right? It should be Gekka practitioners versus other Gekka practitioners. You have a point. And Van's got some Gekka style to him, but that's not his main school. He's got me there. I wonder who would make a good replacement. Not that I plan to help search for one, mind you. My poor old back would simply give out on me. Hey, I thought you were finally taking this seriously. So, I think Sal Oshun might know how to fight Gekka. It really didn't sound like he'd be budging anytime soon. So now we gotta find someone to take Van's place, huh? What a pain in the ass. A martial artist that can not only match Lilian's superior skill, but is also a practitioner of the Gekka school. I doubt many fit the bill. There's gotta be someone we know. What about that guy at Langkai Clinic? What guy at Langkai Clinic? I see. Yeah, I'm sure he'd be a good match. Let's go have a talk with him. I say we rope Sal into this, but Sal might not actually be a Gekka school practitioner. He might be doing, the White Orchid Dragon might be doing something completely different when he hits the battlefield. Who knows? Alright, we've already got that live. There we go. Oh, that is not the door.
Did you hurt something?
Assistant. Van gave a brief explanation of the situation to Shen Li. I see. I thought I'd heard something about Lilian's return. Please, if there's anything you can do to help us, Shen Li, not to bag on the guy, but he seems kind of like nobody. He's probably going to pass us off to a more well-known character. As a bracer and a member of the Gekka school, I'm sure you can imagine how I feel coming to you of all people. But if this is the only way to convince my brother, then I have no problem asking a former Shangsho for help. Oh, never mind then. Former Sungshout? I've heard the price is high for leaving the role of Shangsho. Well, I won't deny it. Look, we have no intention of digging into your past. All we need is a little help. I'm assuming you know Lilian? Yeah, I guess you could call us childhood friends. We used to go to the dojo together. There's lots of Gekka practitioners in Heiyue's ranks. He's like, none like me though. I'm different. I've never stopped training, but not because I want to keep up with my Shangsho days. No, I keep training because I'm committed to never performing an acts of violence ever again. Whoa, well, alright. Maybe I shouldn't have discounted Shen Li. There's a lot going to this guy. I think that's more than enough about me, though. To be honest, I'm a bit skeptical of what Lilian's true intentions are. Yeah, me too. In any event, the past doesn't matter now. I want you to help as my brother's childhood friend, not a former Shangsho. I expect he remembers the core principle of the Gekka school. Violence is to be rejected, not embraced. Yeah, I remember Master Tai Long teaching us that. Why not give them a hand then? So this is gonna be Dr. Longkai. And he's still got an old orbital telephone like the Bracer Guilds and the Burl use. You're worried, no? I think you should do as your heart desires. You're right. For the sake of an old friend, I accept your request. Thank you so much. I'm sure my brother will be thrilled. Or maybe this is all part of his plan. I was also hoping to finally get a spar in with Van, but it seems it just wasn't meant to be. Please, I'm more than happy to sit this one out. Maybe next time. Anyhow, please give me some time to prepare. I'll come by once I've finished up over here. Alright, let's head on back to the dojo. So, I'm wondering if Van's not going to participate, are we going to do this request as Aaron, then? I guess we shall see. Now we can fast travel directly to the Gekka dojo. Alright. Brother, we found your match. Well, so soon? Well, this certainly wasn't who I was expecting. It's been a while, Lilian. So, now even poor Shenli's being dragged into my baby sister's selfish schemes. I imagine you're not exactly thrilled to be here, huh? I'm just glad to get the chance to help a friend in need. Look, if you want to keep lazing around for the rest of your life, all you gotta do is win. No need for any sappy shit. But you're gonna have to clear up all the stuff you threw to the wayside. Your actions affect more than just you. I guess running away is a bad look. Alright, I accept your challenge, Xiaoling. Yes, that's all I wanted to hear. I wasn't so sure he would accept. You've got this! I'll be expecting you not to pull your punches, Xiaoling. Now let's do this! Of course! Alright, so we are playing as just Aaron.
Let's do this, Xiaolin. We won't go easy.
Xiaolin, that's how you pronounce it, alright?
Now's a good time to boost. Push back!
Here's her.
Whoa. Oh, okay, she just buffed herself.
You'll pay for
Balls in your court.
So, Sal, that's something that Sal does, I think. Scarlet Dance, Bewitch, defense down.
Won't lose.
Impede, mute. Seal, back attack bonus.
Don't drop your guard.
But it's also single target. Yeah, everybody gets some.
Here goes.
Well, alright, easy enough. So we definitely styled on them, but I'm sure... Okay. We did it, Aaron! We won! Like there was ever any doubt. Ugh. My bones haven't seen that much action in a long time. You don't even look winded, Aaron. I didn't think I'd ever get to fight alongside you again, Shenli. Your skills sure have gone dull, though. Well, I could say the same to you. Let's just say we both did our best and leave it at that. You know, I think this duel has given me a better understanding of you, Lilian. And still, I believe you to be the best choice for taking over the dojo. You're more than qualified, even as you are now. It's what Baba wants too. I'm glad to hear you say that, Shaolin. Really, I am. Right. However, I'm afraid I cannot honor your request. I'm sorry. I agree with that, though. Like, he doesn't want to do it. That's really all there is to it. But you promised. You said if I won, you'd take over the dojo. Unfortunately, little sister, that isn't quite what I said. Oh, wait, huh? Besides, don't you think it's a little strange for a person who just lost a duel to be put in charge of a martial arts school? Why are you so... The request was just for us to participate in the fight. Now that it's finished... screw it. I'm sure it wouldn't hurt to give him a push in the right direction. How should we approach this? Attempt to sympathize with Lilian is the law route, and we need a bit more law. Listen, Lilian, I know better than anyone how annoying kids can be, especially stubborn ones like her. They usually don't listen, they can't stop sticking their nose where it doesn't belong, and they just plain run you ragged. Hey, why the hell does it sound like you got something to say to me? Because he does. But there's a time when kids have no choice but to face the truth, when they need to be told what they don't want to see for themselves. So, Shaolin should take it over. She already said she was willing to give up her position as a bracer. She should be the one running the Gekka dojo. And isn't that the best time to give them a hand? I think I see your point. I can't give you a concrete answer at the moment, but whether or not someone is qualified to become the next master isn't simply a matter of martial prowess. There's also a deep sense of purpose, reputation, propriety. These are all necessary qualities for a master to have. And Shaolin possesses all of them. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Well, you say that! Not to pile on with Girly here, but I remember how the students of the dojo used to look up to you. You had a pretty good reputation back then. Just what the hell happened, man? Did something go down after I stopped coming to the dojo? Lilian. I wonder why he stopped training. You're acquaintances, aren't you, Mr. Arkride? Yeah, but I wouldn't call us close. We've never really talked about stuff like that. Think I've kinda got an idea of what happened, though. Did he fight? How disappointing. This is probably Baba. Heads up! Oh! Holy... Everyone alright? Yeah, that's definitely not Baba. This guy was in the opening. I didn't expect him to be introduced in a random 4SPG. What happens if you don't do this 4SPG? I am unharmed. Ugh. Swift as a demon. As always. Brother, are you alright? Yes, everything's fine. Not bad. You protected the little girl too. Guess you do still carry the blood of the Gekka school. Why would you attack us like that? Because of you, my brother. The Shangsho ended up in Langkai Clinic, huh? Better than where our own ended up, I suppose. But not quite as satisfying. Sorry I don't live up to your expectations. I felt some kind of energy in the area and decided to drop by. I'm pleased to see some familiar faces. Well then, I'll be taking my leave now. So, his proper introduction isn't going to be here. Who was that? He might have come across as a jerk, but I'm sure you saw how powerful his technique was. Yeah, he's the one that's been stirring up rumors recently. The strongest Gekka practitioner there is. He's the one that Ashin told us about. the foremost fighter of the Lai family. Oh, that's him! And he's the one who's been keeping the Lais in check as much as he can. I see. That would explain his strength. Doesn't seem like he's involved in what's going on, though. He just showed up because he felt like it. And he just shows up and leaves like nothing. That info we got from before seems suspicious now. Yeah. He didn't even try to test my strength. I don't like him. I hope I never see him again. Unfortunately. You know, he actually trained at the dojo about a year ago. Seemed like every student there wanted to challenge him. He defeated them all with ease. Including me. So that's why you lost your nerve. Yes, when he defeated me, I felt the overwhelming gap between our abilities. It was too much for me to overcome. So, he knew there was somebody out there who would dog walk him instantly, and that's how he was like, man, I am not master material. So he ran. But I believe I now understand the reason for our differences. Huh? Well, that's not what I expected. This doesn't mean that I'm going to return to the way of martial arts, though. However, the emptiness in my soul, it feels a bit more full now. Well, I'm glad he got something out of it. Brother. Anyway, I believe our father ought to be returning soon. I think I'll take my leave here. Shaolin, I'm sorry for leaving you with such a heavy burden. Hold on! We're not done here! Well, that was a pretty weird interruption. Still, at least everything turned out alright in the end. Yeah, I'll say. I feel like Shaolin should just take over. We should probably keep an eye out for that guy in the future, though. I'm sure that says Gekka style school or something. And that's his dad, Li Lian. I trust you'll be able to move forward with your life now. His dad is letting him go. It should just be Shaolin. It should just be Shaolin.
Reward deposited.
There we go. I do feel bad for him, though. Apologies for involving the family affair. Oh. Why, though? Okay, I guess it's the same kind of... Because Li Lian himself talked about the propriety of it all. And he was like... Wait, what? Did I not buy the Bashunji?
This looks like a good fishing spot.
Welcome to life. What can I get for you?
Oh.
Thanks a bunch.
Oh, I guess I didn't buy it after I had to re-up on the whatever, but that's fine. But I feel like, okay, he doesn't want to do it. Okay. But the same propriety that forced Van out of the competition is probably why they're holding so close to him doing this, but I don't know. There's probably going to be like a follow-up on this, and where he may, once we beat the brakes off of that Gekka style dude, we'll be good to go, I think. But I think for right now, we're going to go ahead, call it a part here, but definitely join me next time for more Trails Through Daybreak 2. Bye for now, guys.
A sea of clouds, and at its heart, the world tree, piercing the heavens. This is the world we call home. All rest